Hello, hello. Uh-oh. I don't know if I can hear you or
Oh,
not.
hear me?
There you go. There you go. There you go. You got the echo thing back again?
The echo's back now.
Oh no.
That's why I was like, oh, here we go, guys.
What'd you do last time? You just muted and unmuted or something?
Yep, I just changed it real quick. See if it can work.
So yeah, sorry about that. I was on the phone making a phone call real quick. Yeah, we got in chat. We got Drew. What's up? What do you say? Excellent news. I just saw Secret Invasion and some early reviews came out for Mission Impossible 7. Came out overwhelmingly positive. Oh, that I knew. We're gonna get into the Secret Invasion stuff because there's
Was
a lot.
a lot of stuff to talk about. I mean, it was so much information given to us in like 50 minutes.
Yeah. I was happy it was at what 50 minutes, well then 5 minutes for like the credits and all that.
Yeah, I think so. 52 total, but it was like 50 minutes of just getting information, which was good. I mean, I thought it was really cool to watch.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's still echo?
No, I just got rid of it. So as
damn.
long as you can hear me, we're good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. But yeah, Mission Impossible. I don't think anybody would say it was like, oh, I don't know, that might not be good. I think everyone thought it was gonna be a good one.
Oh no, I thought it would be great. I thought it was gonna be our only summer blockbuster, real.
Yeah.
And I might be wrong because Spider-Verse is kicking everyone's ass. So I don't
know. I've been putting out a bunch of shorts. So I haven't been putting it out to our subscriber feed because I don't want to like put out a bunch of shorts and have that clog up your feed. But yeah, if you go onto the channel and go under shorts and stuff like that, I've been putting up one. There's one coming out tomorrow that is talking about like everything sucked after watching Spider-Man. It's like Spider-Man started it all, and it's like nothing has come close like to being as great as Spider-Man.
But that's exactly what I was expecting. And I remember us having these conversations in March and April. And it was like, what's the thing you're most excited about? I told you, Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse is going to be so good. And it was. I mean, even the timing of each character, they had it like their own, beat. Like Spider-Punk had 1, 2, 3 before he changed any was it next animation. So like everyone else was like on the beat on 1. But Spider-Punk was on the 3.
Yeah.
So like it'll be 3 times as long on one screen than everyone else.
Mm.
Which was really interesting how you even can like mesh those two.
Yeah, figure that out. You can figure it out, like see how that shit goes. But that's what a lot of people are doing. A lot of people are like going back and watching all the Easter eggs in the movie. You know, even connecting it to the first one. You know, people are saying like if you go back and watch the first one, and when Peter and Miles meet for the first time, you know, the spider senses are tingling, and when you first see Miles, it's the Prowler colors.
Yeah.
And then it starts to fade into the Spider-Man colors. I was like, oh, that's like did they plan that? Like he was going to be Prowler, but since everything happened and he got bit, he became Spider-Man, even though he wasn't supposed to be, kind of thing. So like,
I wonder if he's the only one, because I mean, the Prowler verse is supposed to be explored in the next one, Beyond the Spider Verse. That's going to be something the entire world is going to be explained.
oh
and
yeah,
kind of talked about. So I wonder if that is something. I'm more thinking that it's going to be something to do with he was always going to be some type of hero or some type of superhero. And I think the Prowler probably is going to be an anti-hero too, instead of being full villain, more like Venom.
I can see that. I can see. And then the whole thing was that's not the same actor who voices Miles, that Miles.
Yeah.
It's a different actor. And then it cuts back to that joke in the beginning of the movie where the mom is like, oh, I heard he's Puerto Rican. And then Miles stands up and goes, no, I heard he's Dominican. But the actor who's playing the Universe 42 Miles, he's Afro Latino, but he's Dominican. So, which is funny because I'm like, that's crazy how they like.
Well, I mean, Shamik Moore is the one who's doing
he's doing Miles.
But do you guys know Shamik Moore? You know, from Dope, which is like one of my favorite all time movies. Like I love the hell out of that movie.
Yeah.
So I mean, hearing him just makes sense, but the idea of him playing Miles in live action that doesn't make sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
It's just like
he has the voice. He doesn't have the look. I think he just looks too old. You know,
how old do you think he is?
He's got to be early 20s. I mean, for sure.
He's late 20s. He's 28.
Late 20s. Okay. Oh, then he's for sure too.
Yeah, he's 28. Like you can't play a 15-year-old. It's not going to work.
No, the guy who voices Miles in the video game could do it, but that time is running short because he's a little bit older too. And he's older in the video game as well. But you know, that time is running short. You know, so it's gonna be curious, and if they do a live action, who they're gonna pick, because that needs to be.
It seems like that's going to happen. No, it's a no brainer. That's going to happen. But it has to be someone who's 14, 15 now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And kind of, I mean, you can go with somebody maybe like a Tom Holland, because Tom Holland looks like he's permanently 15, 16. And Zendaya, like they have that new trailer Challengers out with Zendaya, and she plays the younger self who's like a teenager, and then it goes forward in time, and then new hairdo, some makeup, and some new fancy clothes. It's like, so you went from like 16 to like 28 in the same movie. It was like, and there's very few actors that can do stuff like that, where like you can
she's looked the same. She's looked the same way since what's her name? Undercover. What is it?
I know.
I can't think of the name of the show.
She was on the Disney Channel.
Yeah, like she looked exactly the same. She looks exactly the same as she did then, and that's when she was 15 years old.
Yeah.
Casey Undercover. I think it's Casey Undercover.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah. But her and Tom Holland both can be a kid in one movie and then be like, an adult, like a grown adult in the movie. And she's doing both.
I don't know if Tom Holland could be an adult. I didn't believe him as an adult. Just I'm like,
which one? Well, in that new one that we saw,
I didn't think of him as an adult. I just watched him.
The Apple TV one.
Yeah.
Is it out already?
No, it's supposed to come out soon. That right?
I think it's coming out soon. Yeah.
The trailer. I still looked at him. I'm like, man, why are you playing like he's playing his dad's clothes? Even though he's totally old enough, just looks like a kid playing his dad's clothes. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. He said that.
Casey Undercover. I just happen to remember, like, oh yeah,
yeah. All those. A lot of people are like Disney Channel people. They grow up. Like with Selena Gomez. She was Disney Channel. Now she's, freaking big, like she's an adult. It's like, oh, you ain't no, she's not a kid anymore. You still see her as a kid though, you know.
I mean, come on, Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. I mean, you can just go on and on and on about all the people that have been, stars,
Disney Channel people,
become stars, from Disney Channel.
Yeah, but yeah, man, it's gonna be curious to see. But yeah, go check out some of the shorts. I think some of them are funny. I like goofy, memey kind of things. So
the one with Homelander throwing the sun off is so great. Just so great.
The comments are awesome, and I didn't expect like really like good comments in it. So yeah, somebody's like, oh, it should have been higher, or somebody said like, yeah, it should have been at the top of the Eiffel Towers. Like, it's really good, man. But yeah, there was one that came out today that was kind of like funny. I thought it was funny. There's a few other ones that are coming out. There's some for the Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah, you gotta hold off on that one. Yeah,
for those are funny. I think those are funny. But yeah, there's some pretty good ones. I like. So I don't know. I just kind of started like looking around, finding other people doing stuff, and I'm like, oh well, what if I change this and do that? Like I told you, I think yesterday, when we were talking, I got a few more in my head. I just have to sit down and put it all together, which they don't take too long to put together.
I mean,
and they're all short
seconds. So I mean, it kind of works.
I think the longest one I did was like 10 seconds. So they're fun to do. So
how do you feel like Across the Spider-Verse is now over $500 million?
Yeah, it took number one again.
Yeah,
did you know that
it keeps on daily because it's better. It's a better movie than everything else is out. It's just what it is.
As of today, it took over the number one spot again. So going into its fourth week, right?
This will be its fourth week.
Fourth week, it's coming in at the number one spot. Like it took over Flash. Like the Flash didn't even last a week, which is crazy.
I think the Flash will still overtake it overall for the weekend.
I don't know.
Oh no, it will. It will.
Well, I'm kind of curious.
I think Flash is going. It's not going to have 100% decrease in the sales. Like like from 55 or 63, wherever you guys wherever you want to put it from, it's not going to go lower than 28.
That's exactly what I was thinking. 28. But I could see Spider-Man going 30, 31.
What did it do last week? It's not going up again.
I think it's been steady in the 30s, haven't it?
No, last week I think they did 23 or something like that. I think it's like 23 or something like that.
Box office mojo.
Because it beat Rise of the Beast, Transformers Rise of the Beast, but I believe it's 23.5 or something like that.
The domestic weekend. So opening weekend made, that's not right, 120. No,
opening weekend, it made about 120
opening weekend. Second weekend 55.
Mm-hmm.
And then this last weekend 27. But I think it got that low because of Flash. But if everyone saw Flash,
it's not going to go back up. That doesn't happen. It didn't even happen to Super Mario Brothers or Avatar. You don't go up. Yeah, you stay.
But nothing fought with it though, Brandon. Nothing fought with it. That's my thing. It was like Mario Brothers always went down, but it was like a slow down. Where this one went from 55 to 27 because of the Flash. So I wonder if the Flash drops, does it at least stay at 27?
It doesn't go up. It doesn't go because people said people have already seen it. And so you have less eyes that are going to see. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to go see it again. For the 13th time. I've seen it so many times now. It's ridiculous.
Well, then the meme, the short I made today was just for you. Then
exactly. I watched that, I laughed out loud. I was like, ha! Exactly. Like they know me.
Yeah. What's up, Brandon? We got MJ said.
Sorry, I'm late, guys.
Oh, it's all good. We're just hanging out for a little bit. Did y'all hear Marvel's gonna skip
this year San Diego Comic-Con? Yes, they've canceled their panel.
It makes sense.
So we're waiting to September because we're going to get D23, whatever. They're going to release. They're going to announce all the Fantastic Four characters. So why do San Diego Comic-Con if you're not ready? Wait, let the spotlight be on you. They also canceled 2 timelines in 2025's release dates.
Yeah. Well, they like changed it, right? Rescheduled everything, or
no, they rescheduled everything, but they pulled out 2 of the timelines. They're no longer to be Marvel movie releases.
Oh, which 2 do you know?
July 2024 and November 2024. Like July 8th and November 3rd. I think that's what it is. So basically what it is whatever comes out, was it in 2024 May? Which I think is Fantastic Four. I want to say it's Fantastic Four. That's slated for that time. There won't be another movie slated right now until Kang Dynasty. May of 2025. There's nothing from May to May slated right now.
So there's got to be, they're gonna fill that in with something then.
So what they said, they didn't give up the dates. What they did, they said they gave it to Disney.
That makes sense.
So they say, okay, Disney will still release something, but I think we're still going to see something come out during that time. We're gonna get something September, something October, something, but it's just not gonna be a big one.
Yeah, they're gonna do something, because right now, and also with the San Diego Comic-Con is, you don't know what's gonna happen with Jonathan Majors. I think, I'm not too sure about Brandon with his take with it, but I know
I'm pretty sure I know what's gonna happen with
I think he's innocent, just from all the video evidence and everything I've been reading and seeing and stuff like that, all the leaks. I think he's gonna be innocent, but there's still a chance in this and that. So like, why bother going in there when you don't know yet? So it's like, just skip it. Like, hey, we don't need to go there. It'll be nice, but we don't need to go there. Let that all play out in August, and then D23, like you said.
San Diego Comic-Con is in August, right? It's the end of August, right?
I think so.
So like, literally, the trial might be over, but I understand skipping that for that exact same reason. Not because of negativity, but because there'll be all the questions will be all about it. Yeah. Everything will be about it. So you guys were the only one to stick by, which seems like it's going to be.
If it is, you're still talking. You're still talking like a month, maybe, if not a little bit. Even with a quick trial. So
you have to have opening arguments. I mean, I'm looking at 2 to 3 weeks, most likely.
Yeah,
2 or 3 weeks, because it's a high profile. You're going to be there every day. Most trials don't last that long, especially if the judge says there's not enough evidence to do anything. It's also possible that the DA or the ADA just drops charges before we get there.
I'm wondering the same. Like, right before it starts, they're like, "All right, we thought something big was going to happen." But already a lot else was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, because everything is funny, because now everything that the lawyer said. Now every other places are picking it up, and they're saying, "Oh wow, you're right. We do have all the video stuff that's being released."
Yeah,
you've seen.
And I've seen a lot. Like
seen her at the club. Like, I was like, with her playing with her hair and just being there and charging stuff to the credit card and not being there. It's crazy.
The police one is pretty interesting to watch.
I know. Oh,
that one's crazy. Yeah, that one's kind of like, wow.
But I think Jonathan's going to have to make a decision. Do you sue the police department, or do you just let it go and let it die? That's gonna be a hard question.
Yeah, that's gonna be on him. He's doing the right stuff and just kind of staying quiet, which is nice. It sucks his PR people off. But go ahead.
I was just saying, laying low, keeping his head down.
That's the best way to do it, I think.
Personally, I think he's innocent too.
Yeah, but just from seeing all the evidence, what's coming out, but I don't know why his PR. The fact that they didn't stay with him it's really sucky. I don't understand that at all, and it makes them look bad. Like, why would I want you representing me?
Yeah. I mean,
Disney stayed with you. The first was the jump. What are you talking about?
Yeah, usually they are. I mean, look at all the other stuff. So it's interesting, So, but I mean, a lot of money is riding on Jonathan Majors, and King, So, I get it, like let's wait until something happens and then we'll make a decision. But like the PR people dropping them like that, I was like, that's the whole point of why you get hired.
They didn't even talk to. They dropped him without talking to him.
Yeah, they're like, we're done. And if I was with that company, I was like, hold up, maybe I don't want to be with you, because as soon as somebody says something, whether it be good or bad or whatever, you're just like,
you completely fold like that.
Yeah,
because in the fact that you have all this video evidence, they're the ones that could be getting it out there. But they said she doesn't have PR. She has no way to get this information out. So that's why you're bringing these other entities in and you're showing them the evidence, and they're like, ugh, okay. And that's why we're getting reports, so many more videos coming out about talking about it, because, and it's funny because everything that they said in there, I literally heard Chillmonger talk about.
Oh, yeah.
like 3 weeks ago. Like everything they said, it's coming out. Everyone else is saying, oh, yeah. Now we're getting, not just for what the lawyer is saying, we're hearing from other entities too. Like, oh, this doesn't look good. Yes, the cab driver, the car driver is going to testify. Yes, there's a lot of people around that saw all these things happening. Yes, Jonathan Majors was in the hotel the entire time, and the hotel guy's going to talk about it. It's so many things that are like just coming out. It's crazy.
Yeah, like you don't say like your hands broken or your fingers broken and you're all beat up as you charge bottle service, on his card.
Yeah, on his card. After he already said a breakup text and left it alone. All right.
He's in the hotel. And there's proof he's in the hotel, and there's proof that she's in the club, and then she ordered bottle service, and so it's
crazy. I don't know what I would do in that situation. That would make me so furious that I'm losing things. Knowing that I can't defend myself because I don't have my PR firm, because they're the ones that are left.
Supposed to be doing it. That's why you paid them.
Yep. It's just it's nuts.
It does. But for sure, once we get like more definitive answers, we'll probably talk about it for sure.
Yeah,
because I feel like talking about it in the sense that we care about it as comic book fans and as King, it's I guess okay, but that's probably the not important part of it, because the real important part is like, is him. If he did do it, then shame on him. But if he didn't do it, then what are we talking like?
False accusations
and stuff like that.
Now the NYPD looks bad, and it keeps on going. And how far do you want to take it if you're Jonathan Majors, or do you just want to just say, all right, I told you I wasn't guilty. I wanted to go try to show and pull all these people out, but then I'm done. I'm dropping it because I need to get back to movies.
Yeah, I can see him doing that, man. I can see him doing that. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting once that comes.
All we can do is just wait and see.
August, I think it's early August is when the trial starts. Yeah,
August 3rd.
I saw MJ. I said the same exact thing after we watched that trailer. He goes, and also that Spider-Man 2 Craven was way more intimidating and cool looking than whatever that Sony Craven was. Exactly.
How many characters is he going to play? How many characters is he going to play? Kick-Ass? He's going to be Quicksilver and Craven?
Yeah.
Like, all right, I guess we're just going to let you do all the guys.
It's all right. Hey, thank you, Jimmy. I can stream. But yeah, like I don't know, you were gonna say something, Brandon?
Oh no, nothing. I just said I just said that's pretty much a no-brainer that he looks more intimidating and cooler.
Yeah, he looks way cooler, like way cooler.
Yeah, it's weird Sony doing these Spider-Man villain movies with no Spider-Man even existing in the universe from the looks of it.
Yeah, it's so man. I don't know what they're gonna do because they're making all these guys anti-heroes, somewhat good guys. What are you gonna do when Spider-Man comes
Sinister Six? They're messing up Sinister Six. That's what they're doing.
Like, what are you gonna do when Spider-Man comes in? And now these somewhat good guys need to be bad guys. Like, you need to make them bad. Stop with this like stupid shit. The whole like he gets bit by a radioactive lion and now he's lying. Like I've seen a lot of people saying that kind of stuff. Because I was like, yeah, Spider-Man got bit by a spider, becomes a Spider-Man. This guy he gets bit by a lion,
radioactive
lion blood, and then he gets superpowers. Well, I'm like, okay, I don't mind
that
as much because it is kind of silly, but it doesn't ruin it as much. I'm like,
when I get bit by a dog, I become Mowgli. Like, is that what's going on? I don't understand. I'm just saying, like, that's what it is.
First, you gotta be radioactive, dog. So
okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Time to go to Russia. Time to go to Russia. That's where we're going.
But it was a little silly. But the Spider-Man 2 one, I can't wait to play that game, man. I am going to carve out some time, and I'm going to play that game on my personal.
That's because you ordered like
YouTube
the
channel.
most expensive package, bro.
Oh yeah, I ordered the collector's edition, so I'm going to do a whole unboxing for it. I get like all the DLC. I get the 19-inch Venom with Miles and Peter statue that I cannot wait for that. That thing's going to look so sick. And then I get the steelbook in the game and all that stuff like that. But I got the collector's edition because, of course, I did. Like, obviously, I collect collector's edition, like Assassin's Creed collector's edition, the other Assassin's Creed collector's edition. So
you could have left that though. You could have left Assassin's Creed.
God of War Ragnarok collector's edition.
Ragnarok. Yeah.
So, I like my toys. But oh man.
I don't know why you like toys so much. That's crazy. What kind of grown adult likes toys? I was showing these guys yesterday. Blue Beetle.
I'm gonna get that one.
Very nice.
I was pretty happy with that.
Toxic Gamer asked, was I the only one that was shocked that Ezra Miller popped up in the Flash premiere? No.
He had to be there.
Yeah. Look at the lengths that Warner Brothers has been going to, and the director that have been going to protect him.
Yeah,
he was always going to show up. Granted, I would have preferred if it was like in a straitjacket, but yeah.
Just respect wise, we say they.
I'll respect his pronouns when he respects women and people more, or just people in general.
Hey, can't make him do anything, but we can do what anyone else. Anyone feels that way, I just like they, them. It's fine. It's so hard pronouns. I don't know. I'm just trying to be politically correct. Like I'm never politically correct as possible, but that's not me. So I'm just trying my best.
Don't choke slam. Don't choke slam women. Don't groom kids. So I'll respect the pronouns. Respect works both ways.
Yeah, that is true. No, I remember there's a joke that Tom Segura said that is like, I respect it. He goes, a little bit silly, sure, but so is badminton, and that's an Olympic sport. So it's like, that's like stuff was like, it's not. But I do get what you're saying. Like he's an asshole, so it's like
he's an asshole, but it doesn't matter. You still deal with it just because it's what it is. Because we're better people than he is. You don't want to equate yourself to someone who's not on your level. You don't want to sink to their level. No.
Yeah. Also, Ezra Miller being at the premiere, if he wasn't at the premiere, it would have been bigger news. Sorry. Yeah. If that's why I usually try to stick to the name.
To Ezra Miller. I do the same thing. It's like, use the name.
Yeah. But if Ezra Miller wasn't at the premiere, it would have been a bigger deal. You're like, oh my God, where's the star of the show? Where's the Flash? So
yeah.
He was there, and then he definitely, had a zapper on his neck. Like you do not say anything. Oh, shit, sorry, cat. Like you do not say anything besides "I'm glad I'm here," which he did. That's all he really said.
Yeah,
he should have been like Marshawn Lynch.
They kept it smart. They were smart about it. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
They should have just told him to do a Marshawn Lynch and say, "I'm only here so I don't get fined."
I'm only here so I don't get in trouble. Yeah, but I think he did a good. They did a good job at the red carpet. Like, didn't get any details, and constantly just said the same thing. I'm glad I'm here. It is a special event. It's been a journey. Thank you. And that's all Ezra Miller said. Like, I think even them. I think they talked to maybe 2 or 3 people, like interviews.
Yeah. I think it was already planned who they're going to talk to.
Oh yeah,
and then that was just it.
Oh yeah. So we got Cineview. What's up, Cineview? Hey guys, I saw the Flash and Elemental and both had interesting stories to tell. And I also went to the Yankees game where they lost to Seattle Mariners 10-2.
That's a cool weekend, man. That's
Nice.
awesome.
Couple movies, the Yankees game. I haven't been to a baseball game in years.
Oh, well, I'm open in Wrigleyville. We're all going.
Oh heck yeah, man! I haven't been to Wrigley since. Like, man, yeah. Well, you live down in the city, right, Brendan?
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to go to a game on Wednesday. I think over in Wrigley.
There you go.
When I open July 24th, we'll just be there all August.
Yeah, I was going to ask what was going on with that.
Yeah, we're going to be open. I'm just trying to get the sign together, but once we get that together, we'll be doing. I'm already hiring, so
nice. There you go. If you're in Chicago, go and go to a Wrigley game.
COVID stop jobs.
Yeah. But cool, man. Yeah, we already got to Flash. We're gonna get into what's on Elemental is on today, so we're gonna get into that pretty soon. We're gonna go through some of these. I think people that saw the Flash overhyped it for sure.
I mean, it was fine.
It was overhyped though. It was the best comic book movie ever.
Yeah,
there's not even close.
No. I'd say it wasn't the best this month.
Yeah, exactly.
It was entertaining. I definitely didn't hate it. There was some stuff that I thought that worked, but the best superhero movie ever made, not even close.
Yeah.
It just. I'm gonna when it comes out on digital, I'm gonna give it another watch and reevaluate it. But I thought it was fine.
It was good. Yeah. It was good for the DC. I'll say that. One of the better DC films.
Yeah,
for sure.
Which is like saying nothing at all.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna forget.
Yeah, I was gonna say something too. I decided not to say that. I was like, let me leave it at that.
Yeah. But Toxic Gamer said, was it the Savitar bit in Flash was confusing, it being Barry number 2 from the future. It confused me. Yeah, that whole third act, well, the middle of that third act was just like that whole part was it
was not well explained, and I think that was the problem. And honestly, I'm going to say this: I thought the movie was good, but I think the WB actually did a better job explaining this stuff than the movie did.
It did, and Ezra Miller Grant Gustin was awesome. Just kind of as the seasons went on, just kind of saddled with bad writing.
Yeah. I mean, that's the CW way.
That's what they're like. Yeah, I'm not going to go ahead and give you anything, but he was a good character. And I believe him as the Flash.
Yeah,
because he ran like this.
Yeah. Who was I watching?
There's no reason.
I forgot who I was watching, but they were talking. They were talking about the best speedster running so far that they've seen in the movie was from the Eternals. She was great. I'm like
Makari,
that. Yeah, Makari. There you go.
She was perfect.
The way she ran, the way it was shot, the way it looked. I'm like, okay, I liked it.
I think who was that talking about that? Darius was talking about that. And,
was that?
Yeah. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, but how he came in maybe from a version of the multiverse. Yeah, no, how he came in maybe he came from a version of the multiverse. I don't know, man.
I think
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Gotcha. What I think is kind of cool is that he could be technically lost in that multiverse, and we won't have to see him for a while because he's in the multiverse with George Clooney's Batman, and that's obviously not this one. So you don't even have to say that we got rid of him. You can just say he's not here now.
He's over there now.
He's over there. Yeah, he's in world 6492.
Yeah.
We might see him in Spider-Man. We'll see.
Jorge said Box Report is predicting Flash to be number 4 this weekend with a 72% drop. Oh,
I have to see that. Yeah.
It already, like I said, it already lost its number 1 spot.
Yeah,
like,
but it's
Across Spider-Verse already took it back again. On a Wednesday.
It's on a Wednesday. That's why I was just like, well, let's see what happens.
Nothing else. This is going to be the interesting. Is like, does a movie from a month ago become number 1, or does the Flash still say number 1? I don't know. Number 4 is pushing it.
Number one, I think number one's going to end up being that terrible movie with Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, that's right. That comes out this weekend, right?
Yeah. So I think that's going to end up being, even though it's a terrible movie, I think that ends up being number one.
It's a rom-com, and
Jennifer Lawrence is going to sell it. She'll sell it. I mean,
she's a actor that has the name to sell stuff. To like, oh, Jennifer Lawrence is in it. You're like, oh yeah, I'll go check it out.
Exactly.
I don't know. And supposedly she says she's been wanting to do like a comedy forever.
No, it's all about the money. When you have a baby, you gotta come back in. Sometimes it just sucks a little bit. But,
yeah. Although I watched somebody that did an early review on it, and they said it has one of the best naked fight scenes ever. I was like, what? I'm like, I know it ain't Jennifer.
It's not the dude that when he punched her in the throat.
I think so. I think there's a whole fight scene. So I mean, it looks funny enough. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the theater to see it, but I might wait. I don't know. It depends on what I hear.
I'm telling you,
tonight and tomorrow.
I was telling you guys, I think this weekend I'm saving for Extraction 2. That's because I've heard so many good things.
You haven't watched it yet?
I've only seen part of it.
Oh, dude, I finished it.
I told you I only watched like the first 20 minutes. That's why I watched the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's why I stopped. I was like, I want to enjoy it this weekend.
It's good, man. I think it has some stat of like, it was the fastest, most watched whatever on Netflix, like ever, like movie. It's
probably too good for Netflix. That's the problem.
Ooh, it is. They already greenlit number 3, so definitely gotta watch it, man.
I'm all for it. This idiot. If you guys own the song brand, man, like
it already fell behind Spider-Verse on Wednesday.
Also but once again, it's a Wednesday, so that's what I'm like.
Yeah, but I also got the collector's edition too. All for Spider-Man 2. Heck yeah, man. That's the way to go. Next thing you know, Brian can get hired in the
Mowgli horror movie.
Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey universe.
Hey, I ain't going down like that.
I still haven't seen that movie.
I still haven't either.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like one of those guys, one of the black people from the Blackening. I ain't going down like that. I won't give me some. So they had some Ritalin or something like that. She got. She was able to see everything. She was thinking about things in complex ways. Yeah, that's gonna be me. You ain't come to get me.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid of a regular person. I'm just not. Ghost, count me out. Teacups, I'm out. Winnie the Pooh, now I'm out.
Yeah.
Cocaine Bear, and I'm good.
Cocaine Bear, there you go. They said, I heard they're making a God of War Ragnarok series. I don't know if it's Ragnarok, but I think Amazon got the rights to make it. So it'll be Amazon God of War. I don't know if they're gonna do Ragnarok. I think if they want to do it, the best way to do it is go back to the PS2 and tell the original story, because the original story is what really pulled a lot of us fans in, because that original story, like why he's like white, like complected like that whole story just completely, like, it's such a great story for a video game. I'm like, it's insane what they did. I don't want to ruin it if you didn't play it, but and then that whole story, they need to start with that. And then
20 years to know. I mean, we talk about like spoiler alert, 20 years.
There's a lot of people who like who just started playing the PS5 ones, right, or PS4 one, the newer versions, the old Kratos, and didn't play the original ones. They remastered, I think, most of them, but you can definitely do a trilogy, or even 2 seasons of the first old games, and then you can like cut into like the newer stuff too. You can make a good 5 seasons with everything that's out right now. But definitely start off with the old stuff, because the old stuff is good. Have you guys seen the trailer for Last Voyage of the Demeter? We did.
Yes,
it looks awesome. Brian watched it like this.
Yeah.
But
ain't catching me. That's another thing. I'm not going to be on that. That's not going to be my voyage. Nope.
Yeah, we did. We all liked it.
Ain't getting no boat.
Yeah, I hope it's accurate to the God of War video games. I do too. That's the best way. the recent ones. That is, I still think you start off with the old stuff, man. You got to make him the god of war.
Does he know? But I mean, some people won't know what the original story is. So
yeah, especially some like younger kids. Like if you're like 10 or 12, you might not know. You might not know.
I forgot about Asteroid City. I forgot all about that.
Oh yeah, it does come out. I don't think it's gonna do well though.
Yeah, it's a Wes Anderson film. It's probably not going to do anything like crazy, but Wes Anderson does have his following, so
yeah,
we'll see it. I don't think anything he's done has really like shattered records.
All the actors will go see it.
Yeah, all the bougie people. And then MJ said, "Can we get a World War Hulk movie since Marvel has the rights?"
Yeah, the rights to it starting. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yeah, the rights. Like it was out like last week, right?
I thought they got it back on like Tuesday. Or was it Monday? I can't remember. I know it was recently.
Yeah, it was recent because I think they put it on Disney Plus, like some of the old stuff. So that's cool, man. I'm excited about that. See what they can do with it. Hopefully, make Hulk again. Buy our shirt.
Exactly.
We don't really promote. I need to buy one of those shirts. We made the shirt. We had one of our guys, who's a graphic design artist, make it, and I gotta get one too. So, well, maybe once the Hulk, I think definitely gotta promote it more when there's about to be a Hulk thing out.
Exactly. As soon as he's gonna be in a movie.
Yeah. What's the box office take so far for the Flash? I just had it up.
Me too. $144 million
worldwide.
Yep. 69.5 domestically and 74.5 internationally. It's actually under Evil Dead Rise.
Wow.
But it's over Shazam.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's not hard to do.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Spider-Verse and Elementals are predicted to be number 1, number 2. Elementals, we're gonna do a review today for Elementals. I liked it. A little spoiler right there. That was good.
But it was good. But it is a common story.
Yeah. It's nothing new, but
but it's good. Sometimes check out Avatar 2. They made $3 billion. Same story.
Yeah. The story, a bunch of stories. Honestly, the Jen movie might be number 1. I kind of want to see it myself. The Jen movie. Oh, the Jennifer Lawrence.
I think I'm gonna see it. Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think.
No hard feelings.
Yeah. Extraction 2. I saw it the day it came out. That should have been in theaters. It should have. It would have. They would have got good numbers in theaters, even for like a limited release.
I think it would have been one of those that they had good legs that everyone will tell you, you have to go see this. And then it made $200 million for a movie that wasn't even meant for a theater.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Elementals in general is having good drops, but too bad it started off low. Yeah, I wish it had a more budget. If it had a $100K budget, it would be a success.
Yeah, but that's half the budget, so it's not going to be a success.
Yeah. I didn't figure it out, but I'm gonna watch Extraction 2 over the weekend just as well. Got it done watching the first one today for the first time. So first one was good. I liked it. The second one was, I don't know if it's better or not. I gotta think about that.
Okay.
This one is really good.
The first one.
Yeah, this one is really good.
Like
maybe because that's why I'm like, I'm more recent. Was it recency bias where like I just saw that, so therefore that one's better. So I have to sit down and really think. I'm like, is it actually better than the first one?
Because the end of Extraction 1 wasn't as good as the beginning of Extraction 2. I can say that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Brandon Davis said right there. Two's way better. Yeah, that's where I'm at now. But I have to actually sit and like think for a second. But that's what I'm thinking. Wednesday and Thursday are always good predictors of box office weekend. Yeah, that's interesting. I know Thursdays. I don't know about Wednesday.
Yeah, also Wednesday's hard to tell, but Thursday we'll know tonight. If they remain in front of the Flash, we'll know.
Yeah, tomorrow morning you wake up and Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse is still number 1. Be interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, with a holiday and extra 2 days, it still had not matched Black Adam's opening weekend domestically. Yeah. But are you guys going to Asteroid City or am I going to see it tomorrow? I'm hoping it's good. I'll probably watch it. But
yeah, I'll see it.
Yeah, try to find time this weekend. Yeah.
I doubt I'm going to the movie theater. No.
Yeah. Or I'm surprised The Rock hasn't brought Kratos to life on the big screen. I played God of War when it first came out. Same, dude.
Exactly. That's what we're saying. PS2, man.
And I remember that I rented it. I know I said the story a bunch of times. I rented it and I stayed up the entire weekend. This is when I was living with my friends. So they're like having a party, drinking and hanging out and shit. And I'm like just focused in on this game. And I'm
Did you have the dual motion one that shook the remote control as you're doing
it? Yeah. That's when it first came out.
Yeah.
It was so good, man. I literally spent my entire weekend playing God of War 1, and it was just like mind blowing. Ares,
God of War
destroy enemies. Yeah. Only the new God of War games have. The only new God of War games have good stories. You are crazy, my dude. No way. No way.
Yeah.
Those are fighting
don't get me
words.
wrong. The new God of Wars are amazing. They're super awesome. And I love them. But the original ones, that's yeah.
That's it. Those are fighting words. We'll see.
Yeah. The original ones are. I don't want to say they're better, but because they're very different, man. They're very different. But you understand why Kratos is the way he is in the new ones because of all the stuff that happened in the second ones or in the first early ones. So, but that's just me. Extraction 2 is way better, but I'm going to go now, but it might be back later. Amazing streams as always. See you guys. Cool, man. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate Toxic.
Yeah. I can't wait to start talking about these other things.
Yeah, we're gonna start in a minute. Let's see Jason Statham as the star if they ever do a GTA game.
Well,
oh yeah,
you don't have to have Jason Statham as a star because he already had a GTA movie, 2 GTA movies. It's called Crank.
Yeah,
Crank. Exactly.
Yeah, GTA made their main characters to be Jason Statham, so especially GTA3. So yeah,
those were GTA the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, here he goes. The old school God of War. Did y'all ever make Kratos have sex? Oh, yeah.
Of course. we were kids then, man. Of course we did that.
Oh yeah. Man, you're like banging it on the thing. Go faster. break the vases. Have the vases fall off on the edge.
It was like, man, we had to be like what 15. Yeah. I think. It was,
come on. No, I was a little bit older because I was out of high school already.
No, God of War 3 came out in what?
God of War.
God of War, the original one came out in 1999. No, 2003. Oh,
2005, man.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember I was just out of high school.
I was in college.
I was working I was working at Home Depot, living with buddies. Yeah. So.
I was in college. This is my sophomore year. Oh, junior year.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
but that's why it makes it such a different. Makes it such a different game. Is like that's a very different Kratos, very different person, and very different than the Kratos we have now. So they are like two just completely different things. Yeah.
Crank 2.
Crank 2, yes. There you go.
All right. No, that stuff out. Let's hit these things up because we got a lot to talk about.
I did not care for the story or gameplay of God of War. Dude, you're killing me, man. You're killing me.
Why are you
the gameplay I can understand, especially if you go back and play it. If you didn't play it originally, I would see, because I remember playing it originally and I thought the gameplay was good, but also I thought like Assassin's Creed 1 was good, and you try to go back and play that and you want to throw the controller at the TV. You hate it. Yeah, but with his family, yeah, so good. Yeah, with GTA.
Of course, everyone. I mean, everyone went through.
Yeah, I don't
Did
think
do that. Everyone did that. You gotta
was
get
it
your
way
health
too
up
much
somehow.
QTE.
Yeah. The health packs weren't always available.
Exactly.
Oh man. All right. Yeah, let's get into stuff. You guys want to start with Secret Invasion?
I don't care. I love Flamin Hot. So whatever we want to start with, I'm going to talk about.
I think let's start off with the banger, and then we'll go.
I'm all for it. Whatever we're
Are
gonna
we
watch.
doing, oh yeah, Elementals, and then Flaming Hot. Hold on. I wanted to get I saw a background and I forgot. Get it. I might I just say forget it. That's screw it. All right. Yeah, let's start with Secret Invasion. So I think we could do like around 20 minutes or something.
It was a good episode, so yeah, we could talk about this real quick.
Yeah, 20, less than 30.
Let's do this. Got this.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Dark Souls or Bloodborne type is my attention. Yeah, those insanely difficult games where you go crazy
that you can't get past. Yeah,
they're good. Elder Scrolls. All right. All right. Let's get into our Secret Invasion topic. All right. Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer, Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we are going to talk about episode 1 of the new release Secret Invasion on Disney Plus right now. Right off the bat, what you guys think? Brandman, what you got?
I liked it. I liked that the more kind of grounded, kind of political thriller vibe to it. You know, we've already kind of technically had like a political thriller technically with Captain America Winter Soldier, but this was, I like the groundwork this one laid. It set a pretty good tone, and it was good enough to keep me watching. And I think some of the guys behind Mr. Robot, if I'm not mistaken, are behind this or involved in some capacity.
Yeah, I think so.
Which you could kind of you kind of get that vibe, you know. So yeah, I really liked it, and you know, I think it was enough to really keep me watching for, you know, the remainder of the season, especially the way it ended. I'm like, oh no. but yeah, we'll see. I think it was a good enough start.
Okay. What do you think, Brian?
It's some good, some bad. I was kind of in between a lot of stuff. The story is exactly how I thought it was gonna go, but it still was kind of disappointing because I was hyping it in my mind a little bit more. And not that, and I think it's good. I think it's gonna be a very good series, but for it to be only 6 episodes, I think it has to go. The pacing was kind of off for me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And I think they're going to have to really explain a lot more stuff going forward. And it really didn't, like, you had to remember what was going on back then. Like you had, they didn't explain anything from phase 4. None of that stuff mattered. You have to go back to old stuff to try to know where you are, and they didn't really give you a background of that. And then the opening scene stuff, I really didn't like the graphics that they had with the one that was the artificial intelligence that did that.
Oh, the
intro stuff.
Yeah.
It really wasn't my cup of tea. But you know, but I said there's gonna be some good, there's gonna be some bad, but you know, I'm kind of in between.
With the intro, everyone's losing their damn minds. It's a fucking intro. Who gives a fucking shit? You're gonna hit skip anyway. Like, really? Like, I remember watching it and I'm like, that looks weird. Whatever. And then I'm on Twitter and people are like, oh my god. I'm like, granted, yeah, maybe you should have hired an actual artist. But if you want them to, like, I don't know, if you want the artist to spend time on actual CGI or make an intro.
I'd rather them not do that at all and explain where, catch us up to where we are so we know where what his frame of mind thinking. You know,
wait. You're talking about the intro, like the
intro. Stop wasting our time with that. Give me actual actual information, more time to talk and figure and set up the scene. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just get rid of that stuff. It made no sense. Yeah, I don't care if it's here or not. You know,
I always hit skip. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah.
I didn't mind it. You know,
It looked weird. It looked bad, but I didn't give a shit, like you said.
It was a waste.
I didn't really, but at the same time, I think I was like multitasking when the opening credits were going on. I think I was like eating breakfast or something like that. So I didn't like pay it too much mind, but I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing to piss and moan about that hard. Just, there's a skip button on the credits for a reason.
Yeah, I don't know if it has skip button, but I really didn't. I didn't really care. Like, oh, okay, that's a thing now. Like they did look weird after like you sit and you stare at them. Like, oh yeah, that's weird.
I'm fine with it. I didn't necessarily think one way or the other about it too hard. It's a weird thing to get outraged about, but welcome to the internet.
Yeah.
I can see if you're like an actual artist, you're like, hey, you're taking my job away, but
yeah.
I mean, some of it looked weird. Like this one was weird. Like
it's uneven, but I don't even care about that. I just care like it was a waste of my time. It was just,
yeah. Like I get what you're saying. Like get into the story, and no one cares about like your intro credits and stuff like that.
You give me one episode, right? Because usually they give you 2 episodes or something like that, to kind of give you a backing, to give you a frame of reference and stuff like that. But they didn't do that. They jumped right into the story, which is kind of cool to jump into the story. But if you're going to jump into the story, give me a background of where I should be thinking about what frame of reference should I have. I feel like they really are cutting off their nose to spite their face. Like if you want people like me, I know exactly what's going on. There's nothing that's going on in the MCU that I don't understand. People that are trying to watch it for the first time, I'll be like, what the F happened?
I don't think it's made for them. That's my thing. After watching this, I'm like, oh, this is made for the people who've been following the MCU for a while.
It hasn't, or the people who just stopped 5 years ago and decided to stop right here, and you can just continue right there and have no problem. You know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, pretty much anything from the blip to this doesn't matter because this kind of picks up roughly, besides the whole Saber thing, which I forgot what post credit that was in. But either way, I mean, but like even my girlfriend was like, wait, what? And I had to kind of like, oh, well, that, and she's like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, this happened in Captain Marvel and this happened in blah, 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 so, but that's fine. Like if you're going to do it for the fans, then do it for the fans. If you're going to do it for the normies, then you're going to lose some of the diehard fans, and I think these are like, no, we're going to jump in and we're going to start going. And I was cool with that. I'm like, okay, I could take that, but like you said, I think a lot of the normies are going to be like, wait, what's going on?
You should just give me 5 minute, like real blow by. Just, hey, look, he hasn't been here since here. Or you can even do like a little, a paragraph or 2. Hey, this is what's been going on. Skrulls have been doing this. Blah, 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 blah. This is where we are. And go.
Well, didn't they do that? Didn't they like who was talking?
They talked about it, but they didn't really explain.
Yeah. They're like, oh, they were promised a home but they haven't got one, and now they're angry. And
they've said it 3 times here during the episode.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay. I see what they're doing. I get what they're doing here. So I'm like, all right. And that was good enough for me. Because I want to get into the good stuff. I want to get, and I want to get into like all the people that are Skrulls that are not Skrulls and who's who, and it goes to the Battlestar Galactica, like who's a fucking Cylon type of shit, so I liked it. I thought it was a good first episode. The ending was good and upsetting at the same time. I don't want to spoil it yet for anybody who hasn't watched it, but it was a good ending. I get why they did it, and I was still upset with it though. So, but I liked it. I liked how they really started because for me, this whole episode was about Nick Fury. How you're like, hey, you want to go F around in outer space? Well, shit's still happening, and you're not part of it. So get out of the way, old man. And that's what it was. That's what like everyone was telling him was like, you're out of it, dude. Get out of the way.
No, not that he needs to get out the way, but just the fact that he is not prepared to handle any of this stuff.
Yeah.
He is not who he used to be. He used to be badass, knowing what's going on so far, so far ahead. He's always playing chess with everybody. He's always 2-3 moves ahead. Instead of he's just, an old dude being there.
Yeah. So because even like what I feel like with like Maria kind of told him like, you're not good. You need to step away. And she didn't say that, like, but that's what I got from her conversation when they were sitting at the chess table, was like, you're not part of it anymore because you wanted to do your space, project, but shit's still going on. She's like, well, you called me. He goes, no, Talos made me call you. It was like Maria didn't even want to call him.
No, but it seems like she was pissed off at him.
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
She was just pissed off. I don't think she was even. It's not like it's going to take time for him to get back into it, because but that's going to be fine. He's going to get back in, but now he has something he lost after having that conversation with Maria and then losing. Spoiler alert. Losing on that last thing. It's going to fuel him to get back.
I think so.
To
I mean, that's kind of like the whole Coulson thing. Like Coulson had to die for the Avengers to avenge.
Come together,
So something had to happen, and he's gonna be like, "Oh shit, I gotta put my big boy pants on and give him my eye patch." Like he's gonna have to become old Nick Fury. But I liked it. I thought, but it was mostly about him. It was a little bit about setting up what was going on, but it was also like, hey, don't forget Samuel L. Jackson is still Nick Fury, and he's been off world for a very long time.
And introducing this major character who's going to be the antithesis of him, Gravik, that we've already known who Gravik is, and now he's doing these things, and it kind of makes sense why he's doing these things.
So, what do you guys think about Emilia Clarke? Her performance and Gaia, her performance and her character. So a lot of people on the internet are saying she wasn't good, just acting wise, and her character was kind of like it didn't flesh it out enough. What do you guys think about that?
Episode 1.
It's episode 1.
But it's also Emilia Clarke. She's good.
Yeah, I thought her character was fine. We have 5 more episodes to go. People can't be patient anymore. Been just so spoiled by the entire series being dumped all at once, and then people just had it with the internet sometimes.
I think she's actually did a good job, because Gaia, feeling like you don't know what side she really is on. She played it very well. I still don't know what side she really is on. Because she did play Nick Fury on the bombs thing, but it was more that she had to, because that was the plan the entire time. To get them to chase their own tails. So like she was doing that anyway, and I think that was fine. Her dad is still Talos, and her mom was still killed by the same people she's working for. So all those things are still true. So we don't know exactly where she's going to end up being, on what side she's going to be on. But it just seems so stupid. It was like Talos was like, she's back, Gaia's back on our side. I got her back on our side, and Nick Fury's like, yeah, we win. Like, really, did no one decide to check that out or think that maybe she might be playing you? Come on, man. I wasn't surprised at all.
I was a little surprised. I was like, oh dang, but then also was like, did she know about it, or did she not know about it?
They said it.
What?
When she's like, oh, you got these things. Well, yes, we have something for them to chase. He said that there's something for them to take their attention away. So we knew that those bags were going to be something that they were going to be chasing. That wasn't to be wasn't part of the plan anyway. They were almost like just trying to bring them in to get them to go somewhere else, to not look somewhere else. Like that was the plan the entire time.
Because still she could not have been part of it, because she even said, he goes, there's a lot of stuff going on that I don't know. So like,
but they told her when she brought
was she used by was it Gravik? Like, did Gravik just use her?
The other guy, the other commander, whatever, was telling her like, hey, I'm glad you got this, but this is going to be used to like, show them something else. He said that in the episode, like, we're not really using this is not where we're putting the bombs in. This is just we're going to use to kind of
I don't remember that. I got watch
he
it
talked
again.
about that when she brought it back, and she was like, oh yeah, I got the stuff, and he was like, good job, but we're not really using this for that.
I got.
So like it was almost like they was their plan all along.
Yeah.
Because Gravik knows exactly how Talos thinks.
Yeah, because he was the old guy in charge.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then he knew that that Samuel Jackson was going soon. He saw graphic that he was going to follow him. You know, like all that stuff. They knew who these guys are. They're old guys, and they're acting like they were old. So I thought that made sense perfectly in the episode to me.
Yeah, I liked it. Any bad things, like things you're like, I could have done without that. What do you think, Brandon?
I think the plot kind of was a little all over the place, or just kind of the way that it played out. You know, it just kind of it felt unfocused. It didn't know if it wanted to focus on Talos, if it wanted to focus on Fury, if it wanted to focus on Gaia. You know, I think there's enough there to where, you know, the focus could have been a little more distributed over more than one episode. I think it tried to do a little too much at once. So I think that was kind of where like the biggest place that it went wrong for me. Like it was kind of trying to it kind of struggled to find its footing at times.
Yeah,
I think that's what I was saying was pacing. The pacing didn't seem even.
That was the big distraction for me, I'd say.
Anything else?
Yeah, and that I'd say a lot kind of falls under that umbrella. But that was like the big source of where it kind of stumbled for me.
Yeah. Okay. What you got? What do you think, Brian? Besides the pacing, anything else?
The whole always killing someone at the end of the first episode. Like, I was like, all right, I knew this was coming because that's what Marvel does in every single one of the almost main characters dies at the beginning of the episode. And I was like, here we go again. You know, this the same thing in the premiere. We're going to kill someone or we're going to mutilate someone who's been there from the beginning. And you know, though Maria Hill's now a character that's been a main character, she's been around since what, 2013.
Avengers 1?
Yeah, was it Avengers or was it before Avengers? Like she's been around for a whole long time, long time, and then the death was almost like they didn't even focus on the death. It was almost like it happened, and they were like, "Oh, that's terrible." It was like it's no ceremony, it was no nothing. It was just like, and I don't know if it's strong enough foundation to put everything on top of her death, but is it enough? Is it just Nick Fury's anger? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that enough to just hit a fire under him to get him to be refocused? I hope that's what it is. But the whole thing can't be on, you know, her. Hopefully, Gravik is actually framing them with some of this stuff.
That's what I'm hoping too. Like, oh, it's their fault, you know. But that like what you said with Maria, that's a whole trope. So it's called fridging. So, which is funny enough, as far as I know, it starts off from a Green Lantern comic book, where I don't know if you're any familiar. There's one of the newer Green Lanterns in the late '90s. He becomes Green Lantern. He goes home, and he sees his girlfriend in the fridge dead. You know, and that's what motivates him to go be the good guy. So it became a trope. So fridging, you know, it's like when the minor character, usually a female, dies to motivate the main character.
Just like Boys,
Deadpool 2, kind of Deadpool 1 because he kidnapped, you know, she didn't die. Number 2, she died. You know, but it's called fridging, you know, or girl in fridge, woman in fridge, but it's fridging. And that's what they did here. You know, they did that to Maria, which I was very upset about. And then, you know, it's gonna motivate. Only
thing they were missing, Maria.
Any good things before we get to some of the comments? Any good things that you're like, oh, I really like that? I got one.
Got Brandon.
So, but what you got, Brandon?
I liked the opening. I was a pretty big fan of the way it opened. That was kind of cool, like the opening sequence before the credits. I think that set a pretty decent tone for not just the episode, but potentially for the entire series. I know it could kind of be looked at as an exposition dump, but it worked for me. I liked how they did that, and the back and forth between Fury and Talos was pretty cool throughout the entire episode.
Yeah.
I thought that was probably one of my favorite things about it. I really liked that. Just a lot of the character dynamics, I think, were my favorite things about this episode as a whole, and kind of left me wanting more. And just the overall, the tone that it set, a little more grim, a little more grounded than some of the stuff that we're used to in the MCU. There's a lot of potential there, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Like that. What do you think, Brian?
Gravik, I think Kingsley Benadire. I'm going to love him. I think he's going to be excellent. And just the little bits we got of him was just so awesome, so confident. It was so something I'm not used to seeing. And I think we're going to he's going to be a character that everyone's going to love to hate. And even there's like, he was talking to the people. He said something like, what's more important, me or the mission? And then the guy's like, you are the mission. He was like, I'm not the mission. Home is the mission.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to get us there. And that's a dangerous dude. A dude that's ready to die for his cause, will murder everybody, will murder himself to get to the cause. And this is going to be interesting. You're going to need the old Nick Fury to come back, because without that, then Gravik's going to mop us up with it. And I think that's a good when you are able to release a guy or show a guy that's going to be that menacing in the first episode. I think we have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah. Definitely what you guys said. I like the intro scene. I enjoyed it. I'm like, oh, it was cool. And then the big end was like, oh my God, was Ross, or not Ross? Yeah, Agent Ross, was he a Skrull all along, and blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was kind of cool. But one of my favorite parts of the entire show of this episode was Talos was fighting the other Skrull who was the artist guy, and they were fighting, and then he kept telling he kept telling Nick Fury, no, I got it. And then right at the end, Nick Fury had to shoot him to protect Talos, and how upset Talos got, because it's like, yeah, he was gonna kill you, but you're like, no, I don't kill him. He's still one of my people, And I wonder if that's gonna be something that's gonna show up at the end, because like you said with Gravik, he's so like, I will kill anybody, including myself, to get what I want, to get to have the cause, which is like, damn, okay, the cause is that important. But then at the same time, it's like, if you're willing to kill all your people to free your people, then what's the point of it? Where Talos is kind of on that side. He's like, no, we need to all live and figure this out together. And Gravik is like, F you, I will kill you and anybody else that sends it my way. It's like, that's what's going to come out into the end. I think
that's great. Only thing I will say is that until Talos and Nick Fury have that fight, honest fight about, you promised me 30 years ago that you were going to find a plan, and you've been sitting on your damn hands, leaving me to do your damn job, not me. Until they have that real argument, that real fight, nothing's going to get resolved. Because Talos has to get his real feelings out there. Yeah. My wife died because of you. Mm-hmm. It's your fault, plain and simple. And that's going to be important to see. And then once you get all those feelings out there, then we can kind of go from there.
Mm-hmm. They figure it out. Anything else before we can show some of the comments? What do you think? No?
I think that's about it for me so far.
Yeah, me too. All right. See what these comments got. Horror Geek said they used AI modify the art, but artists did all the groundwork. Okay, I did not know that. I still don't like it, but it's not as bad as I thought. That I didn't know, but that makes sense. So, but some of the credits are so bad because they're all like twisted, and I've seen bad AI do stuff like that. And but if some artists did work on it, then I'm okay-ish with it. Like, I legit thought they used AI for the whole thing.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, they're making it sound like that's what happened. You know what I mean? Like you read some of these articles and people on Twitter, they're like, "Oh, it was all AI." So I was like, "That's good to know it wasn't." And then Xavier, what's up, Xavier?
Xavier,
Hey, Xavier.
You gonna say something, Brandon? With the AI?
Oh no, I was just saying. Well, people just find just even the most minuscule things to get up in arms about on the internet, just to get outraged about. Stop being a bunch of crybabies.
Well, especially when something has a big fan base, there's always the haters. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna find something to be angry about. You know? So.
Yeah, when it's a big fan base, unfortunately, they get spoiled, and it's just they suddenly just start acting like Veruca Salt, like from Willy Wonka. I want my live action intro now. Boo hoo hoo.
Yeah.
I don't mind you not liking something, but harping on it is why I just can't. Not liking something, that's fine. Say you don't like it. Tell me. That's whatever. I'm good with it. But just don't harp on it over and over again. Like there's things that I don't like. Just it is what it is.
Especially as something as unnecessary as it's an intro scene that puts names on screen. And like you said, I really wasn't paying attention because I was kind of like, I had it on and I was like on my phone sending some quick text or checking my email real quick. But once the show started, I put my phone down. So it's like, I didn't even know until I went on Twitter and I saw, I was like, oh, okay. I guess people watch the intros. So
I just thought it was a waste of time.
Yeah. Like after the second season of Game of Thrones, the intro was like, I'm done. Yeah, I didn't skip it. It was like I've seen it before. But yeah. Xavier in chat said I wasn't even thinking about the opening credits all that much either. Yeah. What a thing to be up in arms about. LOL.
Yeah.
Exactly. Haven't seen it yet. I'm trying to wait for a few more episodes. How many episodes total will there be?
6.
6.
There's only 6. It'll go very quickly,
and they're all about 50 to 60 minutes, from what I understand. So they're all going to be nice long episodes, which is awesome. That's what I want. I just wish there was like 10 instead of 6, but whatever. I can't imagine a newcomer watching this for sure. Definitely requires some knowledge of the MCU at this point. Yeah. You got to know what a scroll is, because besides Captain Marvel, they really don't talk about scrolls that much. And
that's
right. Yeah.
And besides that, in scenes, in
some
credits
and stuff. Yeah. So you can probably watch. I think you can get away with watching Captain Marvel, and then getting into this. I think
it's literally. It's not someone who's been following the MCU. If you watched, last thing you seen was Captain Marvel or not even Endgame, Infinity War or Endgame, whatever. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
literally, that's all you really need to know. You don't need to go any further than that. And you saw all this other stuff before, you didn't see it. You're fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I agree. There's supposed to be a 6 episode of story. 6 episodes of story, so there's a lot to cover. There is a lot, especially with one of the best Marvel stories like ever. Like Secret Invasion in the comics was awesome. It was awesome. And
it could easily been 10 episodes.
Oh, without doubt. And I feel like, especially X-Men coming into the fold pretty soon, eventually, I feel like they should have waited for Secret Invasion, because then you can do like all the X-Men, all the powered, mutants and stuff like that.
So many things that you have to explain.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you do it now and make it more like a political intrigue kind of thing, and trying to stop World War III, I'm like, okay, but I don't know if they're gonna get into like Super Scroll, stuff like that. I don't know if they're gonna get into that, but maybe they might. I think there might be enough powered characters in the universe right now where
but not in this thing though. It's not going to be any powered characters in this.
It doesn't make any sense in the story that I think they presented to us in episode 1. But I would love to see Super Skrull, because Super Skrull is such a stupid OP character that is right? Super fun. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, but maybe eventually. People with the attention span of a flea, getting upset with everything. I will always hate AI art. You can do illustration intros well with the example of Jessica Jones. Yeah, it's a good one.
I did like the Jessica Jones intro. That was always a cool one.
Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of AI art either. I mean, you're taking away from actual artists, but but my thing is like, I don't. If you're a bigger company and you use it, I was like, then you damn better have put that money somewhere else, But there's really not that many graphics in this so far, which I don't expect that many CGI stuff.
I mean, the CGI would be them changing from scrolls to the regular face. That did happen a couple times. And looks fine. That looks fine. So I'm okay right now.
Yeah, but even like what they did with Gravik at the end, every time he morphed into a different person, it was always like he walked
by something and then became
So and that's always like a cheaper way to do it, and it does the same effect. Like you get like, oh, he was him, oh, he was her, like, oh, damn, he was her too. So you get the same effect without needing to have all the transformation done on screen.
Agreed.
But cool, man. I think that's about it. Any series you guys want to predict and see if we're right or wrong or close?
I don't think I even want to attempt in the Secret Invasion.
Yeah,
because I think the whole point of the show is not knowing what happens next and not knowing who to trust, which is a big draw for me with it. So I just purposefully want to keep guessing on this one, or just kind of keep myself purposely in the dark. Yeah. I don't think there is any predicting.
Yeah. Yeah. Any characters you want to see or something like that? Or you're just like, whatever you get, you're kind of cool with?
I'm hoping there's some surprises, because that's what I liked about the Secret Invasion storyline.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
I kind of hope I hope there's a sense of scope to it, especially with characters that we're familiar with. Like, we already know we're getting Rhodey. I hope there's some other cameos though. Just to emphasize the grand scope, the grand scale of it, of this invasion.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
Yeah. Okay. Anything, Brian?
I just think everyone's is going to be a Skrull. one point in time or another, because they have the machine that can copy people's minds. Everyone is going to be a Skrull. You're going to find out like, oh, you thought this person was someone? You're wrong. You thought it was only a 500 people in the government? It's the entire government. It's basically going to be like Sleeper Cell. So I'm excited to see that part. I think Sleeper Cell's a great idea, and we'll see it. We'll see it.
Yeah. I wonder if they can get to the point where like even the Skrulls don't know they're Skrulls. Like they're so like invested in being a human. They're like, wait, am I a Skrull? Am I not a Skrull? Or like they even start to question themselves. That'd be kind of stupid and funny at the same time. Because even what Emilia Clarke's character said was like, there's certain ones that can't transform back just to keep it a secret. So like if you don't do it at all, then no one knows.
Yeah.
If you just constantly keep your human form. But I was like, do you get lost in it? Like, some of these like, stuff like that. So
all the people undercover do it all the time.
Yeah. So but yeah. Brandon said, once you watch the intro, you can skip past it forever. I never watched Peacemaker opening after I watched it once. That is a shame, man, because
I watch that one every single time.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm gonna master that.
That's a must watch every single time, man.
I'm gonna master that opening dance.
There you go.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah. So, man, yeah. That's a crime. Don't skip the Peacemaker ever. I'm kidding. It's cheaper to not shoot them chains on screen like She-Hulk. Yeah, they even brought that up. Point in She-Hulk. Yeah. So that's the way to get around it. And like I said, it makes the same effect. You get it. Like, oh yeah, they turned into that. I don't need to see it physically on the screen every single time. So, but cool. Anything else?
I mean, besides Julia Louise Dreyfus coming in, I'm sure we're going to see her.
Yeah.
Maybe next episode towards the end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I want some cameos.
I
Like
think
Brandon
we're
said. I
gonna
want some
get
cameos.
It's gonna be more chess game once we get the old Nick Fury back.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope by the end of this, you're like, oh shit, he puts the patch back on and he remembers who he was.
I think the patch stays off.
I don't think so, because isn't he wearing the patch for the Marvels trailer?
I don't know. It was 9 months ago.
Yeah, he was. I'm pretty sure he was.
I think he was. Yeah, you're right. But cool. That's our thoughts on episode 1. Appreciate everyone in chat hanging out. We're trying different things with chat and stuff like that. So glad everyone stuck around. But yeah, if you're watching our replay, let us know what you think about episode 1 of Secret Invasions. You like it, you hate it, that you just turned it off after the intro scene. You're like, F this AI and stuff like that. But leave a comment, let us know what you think. I really want to hear from a lot of people. That'd be great. But yeah, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you already aren't a subscriber. Hit that bell notification so you can join us live, just like everyone in chat did today on today's show. But at 1,000, we're doing our big giveaway, so make sure you don't miss out on that. We're going to be announcing some more giveaways pretty soon. Appreciate everybody. But if you're watching live, stick around. We're going to talk about some other stuff. If you're watching our replay, appreciate it. And let's move on to our next topic. Sorry, I got the baby monitor duties. Yeah. I'm at the stage right now where
he won't.
Yeah. Oh, God, so much duty. He's at a stage right now where he won't sleep without a blanket, but whenever he puts the blanket on, he like just wraps his head in it. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, that's why I always kept the blanket out. Just
but he won't sleep. He like loses his mind when he doesn't have the blanket. He's like, it's like,
you just got to never introduce it, because once you introduce it, it's too late. You just never introduce it, and you say, all right, no, you're never going to go sleep with that.
It's too late. So we gave him like a knitted one, so one with like giant holes in it. So hopefully it's not as bad. But yeah, but he like burying his face and shit. So I'm like, please stop.
Yeah, exactly. That's the scary thing. So,
yeah. Cool.
All right.
I don't think I've had any trailers.
We still got to talk about Elemental and Flamin Hot.
Elemental and Flamin Hot, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen Elemental yet, so I'll let you guys take that one.
Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't get I saw obviously I saw the Flash, I saw the Blackening, I didn't get around to Elemental. Yeah.
You saw Flamin Hot though, right?
I did see Flamin Hot.
Okay.
And I liked the Blackening. I had so much fun watching that.
Yeah. We can do Flamin Hot now. Because then all three of us could participate, and then do Elemental. If you guys want, you guys could do just you two guys do a review for the Blackening.
You know, like for it.
I could be in here and just kind of start it, and you guys just talk.
We won't kick you out. It's us two.
I mean, I'm good with that too if you want. You guys want to do that?
No, let's do the Flamin Hots first.
Yeah, we'll do Flamin Hot and then we'll figure out the rest. See how much time we got.
Because you're in good hands with Allstate.
Oh, I was like, what? Yeah. What did you say? Was not a fan of Blackening. Yeah, that's right. You said you didn't care for it. It was marginally okay.
The more people in the theater with you, the funner it is.
That's what I heard. Anyway,
I thought it was so entertaining. I had so much fun watching that movie.
Yeah. You said I wouldn't watch The Blackening again. Like you said, I don't know if it's a home thing, if that's something you can watch at home. You know, because like you said, you need people around. You need to have that
atmosphere,
crowd. Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about Flamin' Hot, and then we'll take it from there. To
okay.
Where we at? All right. Thank you. What am I saying? Try it again. All right. All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer, Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we are going to talk about the new Eva Longoria directed film, Flamin Hot, kind of based on a true story.
Is it? Does it
it's-
matter?
It's based on the story that
They like to tell us.
Frito wants to tell.
Yeah.
Whether it be true or not, I don't know. You can make up your own mind. Blah blah blah. I want to say it's true because it feels like it is, but yeah, but that's just me. But yeah, we won't really talk about that about that. That's it for that. But yeah, Eva Longoria, first directed film. It's on Hulu and Disney Plus, I believe.
Disney Plus, yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into some of the bad, some of the good, give our ratings. But first, a quick synopsis of the movie. It is about you got it? Oh, go for it.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if you had it or not. Go for it.
Always have it. Richard Montañez, the son of a Mexican immigrant, was a janitor at Frito-Lay when he came up with the idea for Flamin Hot Cheetos. His creation, inspired by the flavors of his community, revitalized Frito-Lay and disrupts the food industry and walking tacos everywhere.
So he disrupts or
It says
evolves.
But
I know it disrupts, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just the creation of the chip.
I like it on my chips. Stay away from my fruit and my candy. You guys are crazy with candy. It's hot candy. Spicy candy. It's sweet. Give me sweet. Sour.
I can deal with it. I could deal with it on some candy, but yeah, I will take it on my on my
I like
chips.
to my elotes. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Everything else he was eating, I was like, yeah, I eat that. I eat that. Yeah. When he started talking the candies and mangoes, I was like, dude, you guys lost me.
might even have it on some of my drinks. We'll see. But yeah,
Pizza.
No, they
not my pizza. You lost me there.
Not my pizza.
The story was good. It was a good story. So that's why I was very happy to talk about this. I mean, how many times in the movie theater? I mean, I'm sitting there watching
Yeah. I mean, definitely, if you're a minority, I think you can relate to a lot of the struggles that they were going through, as a family and just as a minority group in America.
Mm-hmm.
And then especially if you're of Mexican descent, you can definitely firsthand a lot of stuff that was said, like stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna get into all of that, but we'll start off with some of the good before we get into the bad. So I'll let Brandman go. What you like about this movie, man?
I liked the acting. I liked the. I'm a sucker for kind of like feel good stories like this, kind of which this really delivered in spades. I thought that was great. I really liked the character of Richard. I liked how he just kind of never gave up. I really enjoyed the relationship with what was the wife's name again?
Judy.
Yeah.
Judy. I almost said Lucy for some reason, but Judy. Yeah. Richard and Judy, those are relationship goals. Like, she was a ride or die, which is awesome.
I got mad at her one time. One time.
One time.
Don't tell us about his dad. Like, come on, man. Don't tell him. Wait, I'm sorry.
I really liked the who doesn't love Flamin' Hots, right? So I kind of liked the story of how those came to be, that sort of thing. Inspirational stories are always good, and I really just liked Eva Longoria as a director with this. I was really surprised to hear that she had directed this when I first saw the trailer. She did a great job. I thought very, very competently and creatively directed. I kind of want to see what she does next, if she does anything next, because I've always liked her. So This was an interesting endeavor. So I'll check out anything that she directs in the future.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, what you like about it, Brian?
I like any movie that shows that one group is not just all one type of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just we're not all educated, we're not all not educated, we're not all good, we're not all bad. We are multifaceted people just like you are. Yep. And I thought that was a very important part of the whole thing. And I also love the family, the idea of a family. And then also the idea of working hard, getting you somewhere. Mm-hmm. And that not give up on your dreams, and that though you started, you made mistakes, doesn't mean you can't come up from it. And I thought all those things were so good. Judy obviously was one of my favorite characters, except when she told her dad. I was so mad. I was like, don't go do that. Don't go.
She backtracked on it. She backtracking on it pretty quick. Like when he's like,
I was mad still. Like you can't be going to Vacho. You know how bad of a parent he was. Come on, man. Yeah. But besides that, the kids were great. Everything about that was great. I mean, his story was good. When he talked to his son, that conversation about being, proud of who you are, being proud of where you come from, those things are just it sticks with me. That stays there. And I thought that was, important to see, important to talk about, especially during the time period. It's, people were getting pulled over by police officers, were treated like less than human all the time, called names just because people are upset. They're not realizing how they affect someone. And I think they did a good job showing that too. How can it affect? This kid has nothing to do with you. Why are you saying those type of things? Why are kids hearing that these negative words coming from someone else's mouth? And how that affects the family, and how you have to hold together, stay together in order to get past it. All those things are great parts in this movie, and I really was happy to see it, and I was enjoying watching it. I don't care if I honestly don't care if the story is true or not. The telling of the story is important.
Yeah.
Yep. I like the way that it was told. That
was
my thing.
Yeah. I just say the whole even him narrating, I thought was good. So it was like him telling a story, so when it cut into parts that were like when he was at work and some guy said something stupid to him, and then he's like, oh yeah, and he beats his ass. He's like, oh, but I couldn't really do that. So I'm like, I thought that was really clever. It was like because you forget oh yeah, he is working and he's trying to better himself, but in his mind he's still like, I would beat the crap out of you because you disrespected me, but he knows, so it's like that hood part of him, that gangster part is still there. But he has it under control, kind of thing, So it's funny, but also when you think about it, he's like, oh shit, he still has those thoughts. He was like, man, I will beat the shit out of you, But he's like, secretly he's like, oh, it never goes away. It never goes away. So yeah, and that was definitely him. But I really love the whole community part of it all. Where once it became a thing, he knew he's like, this is for the Latino community, they're gonna be the ones that are gonna kickstart it, and I thought that was really cool. So it was like you said, family, good and bad parts, because his dad but his wife and his family, the youngest son was adorable. Even the older son was super cute, when he gave him the piggy bank. So it had great parts.
Important. That was an important scene. Seeing the son come home from school beat up. Another important
setting
scene.
off fireworks on the roof right across the street.
We can hear them.
Welcome to Chicago.
Yeah, you're in Chicago. It's close enough to 4th of July.
It's right over
celebrating Juneteenth. This is what we're doing right now. Another good thing. I love Clarence C. Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy was cool. I love seeing him doing that. So Dennis Haysbert did his thing with him. Seeing him. What's the C stand for? Yeah.
I'm gonna mute you for a second, Brandon.
Charisma.
I can hear it. I'm gonna mute you for a second.
Okay.
It was C is for charisma. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
He's like, oh, that was really his middle
It
name.
was really his middle name. It was charisma. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I thought the whole thing was it was good. It was very uplifting. It was very in the beginning of it. It was very upsetting to see them struggle the way they struggled, and then see them be called names and made fun of, and the burrito thing. The whole burrito thing I thought was super good. And then he hustled the other students because they all liked it because bean burritos are awesome, like Taco Bell, so he was in it. He goes, oh, we were doing that before Taco Bell, and then even the scene where he goes and gets the money, and then he gets arrested because oh, God forbid, a little Hispanic boy got money, he shows oh, this is how it would have been if I was a little white boy. So I thought the directing was good, the acting was good, the story was good. It was very uplifting. It was a very good movie to watch. But any bad stuff you guys didn't quite like?
Oh man, when they're doing their own marketing, they're like, yeah, we're gonna go out. Where did they get the money for? They're just taking the chips and they're just throwing it at people. Like, where'd you get the money? They weren't. I thought that was interesting, and the fact that they put it in lowriders trucks and cars, and they're like, "Hey, we're just gonna hand it out to the community," and no one took a kickback, and no one took. I'm gonna sell this for $1. Nobody did that. It was interesting. I hated seeing Bacho, even though it's very realistic, having those type of fathers, especially during that time period. Anyone born in the 60s or 70s, a father could be that way. Very hard. Acted one way, tell them a totally different thing now. I could definitely see it. But it was hard to watch. It's hard to see them being called names and stuff like that. Just didn't like that.
Yeah, that was pretty.
But that's nothing to do with the movie. That's just circumstance.
You got anything, Brandon? Any dislikes?
I could see how the story did kind of veer off into, kind of generic territory in terms of being, like the uplifting tale of unwavering hope in the face of adversity. Some of which, as entertaining as it was to watch, some, at times I could see how it could be kind of perceived as tedious. I found it to be an entertaining watch from beginning to end, but it did kind of veer off into some of those tropes, admittedly, from time to time that are kind of considered cliche. But that was really it for me.
Yeah.
So it's a complaint, but at the same time, it's not quite a complaint.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It kept me that entertained. Yeah. It worked. They made it work to its advantage, but I could see how people might perceive it that way.
Yeah, same. I can see people getting like too tropey, too oh yeah, but yeah. Some of the I don't know if like the dislikes, because there wasn't too many that I don't think. Because it went through the story pretty well. Yeah, I'm trying because the whole time I was thinking I don't know what I disliked about the movie. And just because I didn't dislike anything doesn't make it the best movie ever. Because I didn't have dislikes. But yeah, because I mean I knew what I was getting and I got what I expected. You know what I mean? So I didn't expect anything too crazy. It was good acting, good enough acting. I don't think anybody's gonna win Academy Award for it. But yeah, and some of the bad stuff, like you said, in the beginning, when the kids were being called names and both the dad and then when he has kids, they're getting called names, and it's like you said, it's not a bad thing, but it's just triggering, I guess, upsetting, to sit there and watch and you knowing how people were back then and still are now with stuff like that. So
I think that was the key. People don't change. Everything is the exact same. And you're still getting the same problems no matter what.
Yeah.
And can you still respect and honor and be happy that who you are? Are you okay with who you are, or do you have to change?
Yeah.
And You know, that's a number. It's a very important thing to teach your kids.
Yeah.
And that's why I keep on coming back to that. Like, you know, your son meant so much because of that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really have any major dislikes that I can think were upsetting to me or whatever. But yeah, because you know it's an uplifting story, so you know it's gonna have some of the tropey moments where you're like, they almost didn't make it, but then they made it because they pushed through and then they won at the end of the day, stuff. So it is. If that bothers you, then like Brandon said, I get why it might bother some people, but it's what you expect. Well, one last thing though with something else was the actual Richard. What was his name? Richard Montoyes. I forgot what his last name was. Montanez. Yeah. Montanez. He was actually in the movie. If you missed it, so when they were passing around the free samples, basically, and they were in the park, it was him and his wife. It was actually him, and so that I'm like, oh, that's cool. They actually brought him into the movie, and he was there, which is pretty cool. So
that was very cool.
Yeah. So having the actual person there, and I was waiting for him. Like they gotta have him in there somewhere, and they did right at the end. But any last things, good or bad, before we move on to ratings?
No, I enjoyed it. Enjoyed the story. It's a positive, uplifting story. That's just what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anything else? All right. Cool. Then let's get into our ratings for this one. So over here at Spoiler Kings, we do things a little bit different, keep it nice and simple. And now, later, never. That's our rating systems. Now means you got to check it out right now. Later means you can wait until, well, this is already on stream. You can wait until whenever you get a chance to watch it. And never means just skip it. It's not worth it. That being said, I'll let Brian go first because usually Brandon goes first. We'll go.
This is actually interesting because it's not a now like I have to go watch this specific, like in the movie theater. But I think it's really good if you need a positive story and to understand, how people are very much alike. This is a very good movie to have that. And, at some point in time, you have some family time. I was able to watch this with one of my girls. I think this is a now. I think it's a now for those type of circumstances. It's already at home. You're enjoying what you're watching, and you want positive things too, and I think this is a good positive thing that we have.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Brandon? What are you giving it?
This is a now. I could definitely say this is a now. Sometimes you just need those positive, feel-good stories, which I really got with this. Sometimes those are kind of far and few. One that really, really hits with me, and this one did. Really liked the way that it was directed. It had a really great energy to it. I liked the way that it was shot. I liked the directorial decisions that Eva Longoria made. I really liked the acting. It kept me hooked. It kept me invested. Which is really all I can ask for and stuff like that. So I was pretty happy with it. Like I think that the weekend it came out, I had watched it like 2.5, 3 times. The only reason that I had stopped watching it the third time is because I was making a bunch of runs those days and I was watching it on the couch and fell asleep. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm curious to see what Eva Longoria directs next. I'll be watching.
Yeah, same for sure. I think she showed that she's a good director, and I want to see her do some more stuff and get into other, more serious, maybe more drama, stuff like that. I think she'll crush it. But I'm giving this a now too. After watching it, I was like, oh, this is really good message, good story. It was funny at parts too, and sad at parts. It really goes through some of the emotions, and for these like feel good, stories like this, that's what you expect. And this was like one of the better ones that's come out in a while for these like feel good kind of movies. It's on Hulu and Disney Plus, so I would say definitely, and you can watch it with your kids, like Brian did. So I think it'd be interesting, to talk about certain topics, especially in the beginning of the movie and stuff like that. It's like, oh, hey, why did that person say that? If that question does pop up, but yeah, I thought it was really well done. It was really well done and enjoyable. So I'm giving it a now. You should watch it sooner than later.
Wow, so. 3 nows. Wow.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I thought one of you guys were gonna give it like a later or something like that. But yeah, it was fun. It was good. That's what I wanted to look up real quick.
If I had, when you have 4 tears in your eyes, 4 times I had tears in my eyes, I was like, yeah, this now. That's it. That's all it takes.
Yeah, you're doing it. So on Rotten Tomatoes, the tomato meter, which is the critics, there's only 121 critics, gave it a 68%. So not horrible, but not great. But the audience is 500 plus ratings, gave it a 90%.
That makes sense. Exactly.
90% with the audience. I'm probably right there with the audience, maybe a little bit. I'll say high 80s if I gotta give a number to it. But yeah, 68%. I was like kind of surprised. I was like, really? Like, what did
you not know? Did you not know this is what you're getting?
Like, exactly. One person, it's an interesting story. If you're the sort of person who's inspired by tales of meritocracy in corporate America, it's hard to imagine who else this movie is supposed to appeal to. Which I'm like, it's not just like, oh, hey, you work hard and you can move up the ranks in corporate America. It's more than that. It's more follow your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's do like.
Don't let failure stop you from continue to try.
Yeah.
Things. Yeah, a lot of failure.
Yeah. And trying hard doesn't necessarily mean like just in corporate America. Like, trying hard and doing stuff, and learning new skills and taking time out of your day to learn those skills. It's like that's more than just corporate America. Perfect example, this channel, is like just being, a young YouTuber or YouTubers, like you gotta learn how to edit, you gotta learn analytics, you gotta learn stuff that no one is telling you need to learn. But in order to do better at it, you have to learn it. So it's not just corporate America. That's just life. If you want to become a better musician, artist, and then that's stuff you gotta do. So it's not just corporate America. I kind of don't.
It did have a lot of cliches.
But that's what you expect, right?
Yeah, exactly. I came in thinking that that's what we're going to get. And I thought the cliches were fine. And you knew what the kind of general story was. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Another one that gave it a bad one was Chicago Reader. So over here in our area, said, despite the spicy subject matter, Flamin Hot is a run-of-the-mill biopic. So, yeah, kind of.
But the execution of it is where I think it really worked. There's a lot of kind of by the numbers stories and stuff like that. But if you can stick the landing with the execution, most of the time I'm happy enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always think about how many times have you eaten Flamin Hots?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And how this came out of nowhere. Why don't you just enjoy that?
Yeah.
I was eating some Flamin Hots yesterday, and everyone had, and it was so funny when the CEO called him. He had the red fingers. I was laughing so hard. I was like, "Oh my god!" I
forgot about that.
We all had those red fingers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Was it Roger Enrico, whatever? Like, yeah. Those red fingers. Yeah, we all had those.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a great movie. We all, are on unanimously about that one. This is a good one. So definitely go watch it. Go check it out. Movie Insider gave it a 5 out of 5. IMDb 6.9 out of 10. So something else besides that. 92% of the Google users gave it a plus. So. It seems like it's more positive than negative, but it's definitely a biopic and stuff like that. But it was fun. But I don't know if you guys got anything else. I think we're gonna move on.
Yeah, no, this is good.
Yeah, cool. So that's our review for Flamin Hot. So make sure you guys leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about this movie. Did you like it? Did you not like it? It was a little too cheesy for you. Stuff like that.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best way to eat Flamin' Hots. Some cheese. But cool. Leave a comment. Let us know. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're already not a subscriber. And we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, the big 1K. So make sure you join us on this road to 1K, and you could win a couple prizes. We're going to be announcing some more pretty soon. So make sure you join the channel and share our channel. Please have other people come in and say hi and stuff like that. But appreciate it. We're going to move on to another topic. So if you're watching live, stick around. If you're watching on replay, thank you. But we are going to move on. Oh, damn it, Nick. All right. Baby check. All right. You guys want to do Blackening, or because then it'll be you two guys that do Blackening because I didn't watch it yet, or you want to do Elemental with Brandon kind of sitting.
I saw it all, so it doesn't matter to me. I shouldn't be the one to choose.
Yeah, I don't mind sitting down because what are we doing? What are we doing on Monday? We're doing Extraction 2 on Monday.
2. Yeah.
We could do
Extraction 2 and if you want to watch Elemental, then we can do both.
Yeah, because I think Elemental might have a better weekend this weekend than it did last weekend. I'm not gonna say it's number one or anything like that.
It won't go up.
I think more people. I don't know, man.
The numbers won't go up.
I think more people are gonna talk about it because it's getting good reviews. It's getting good numbers or good.
Yeah, I mean it's 75 Rotten Tomatoes. 7 out of 10 almost IMDb. Everything's pretty much, it's a good movie.
Yeah. So it's up to you, Brandon. If you're gonna watch it this weekend, then we can save it and do a double feature on. I forgot, on Monday.
I'm gonna try to make time to see it over the weekend if I can.
Okay.
And just trying to see when.
Yeah, I recommend it. It was good. It was a fun Pixar movie. It's not the greatest movie they ever did, but
it's Romeo and Juliet with fire and ice and fire and water,
more or less. Yeah, it had a lot of immigration stuff in there. A lot of immigration stuff, which was kind of cool.
It's an hour and 40 minutes.
How much usual existential dread are we talking about from Pixar, like on a scale from, we'll say, Onward to Soul? Inside Out.
More on. I wouldn't even say Onward either. It's like there's like none.
Less death. It's a lot less death.
Is there any? Oh, there's.
Yeah, his dad.
His dad.
But like,
I mean, you really don't notice it.
Like literally, it's almost like getting about to get kicked in the nuts. And like you moved, and you don't get. It's nothing flush. You're good. Oh man, that could have hurt, but it didn't.
Yeah. So I would say it's good. It was especially it looks really cool.
Best animated movie is Zootopia.
Zootopia. Wow. They're making a sequel. They're making a sequel to Zootopia. Bob Iger came out and they need to revamp Pixar. So they're doing another Frozen, they're doing another Toy Story, and they're doing another Zootopia.
So. You need to stop with Toy Story.
Dude, we were talking about that with me and Brian. It was like every time we say that, and then they make a new one, and you're like, "Damn,
that was good.
That was good."
That's coming. That's getting to be up there with Land Before Time, just for like the Fast and Furious franchise of animated movies, where they just keep making them.
Like I don't know where the story, but after number 3, I didn't like even number 3. I'm like, what story are they going to tell? And then they told a good story in 3.
You saw 3, and you're like, holding the hands, going to the incinerator. Oh my god!
And then even at number 4, I'm like, what are they going to do in number 4? And then I don't know what they're going to do in number 5.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'll take it. I'm not gonna sit here and say no, don't do anymore. But
because they keep on proving me wrong, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah. But another Frozen 3, which I never watched any of them, so
I watched the first one. I didn't see the second one.
I've seen all of them
multiple
times.
You
multiple.
You can probably
let it go, let it go. I'm telling you, man,
you can like write out the script for as many times as you probably saw it, right? Yep. 2 girls. You got 2 girls, so
yeah.
I
know those songs like the back of my hand.
Yeah. So yeah, they're doing Frozen 3 and then Zootopia 2, which I'm pretty excited about. I liked Zootopia. It was a good. It was good.
It was good.
Elementals will have good legs. That's what he's saying.
I don't know. It'll be fine.
I think it's gonna make. I think it's gonna make the 200. I'd probably make it a little bit over the 200.
I don't know if it makes 200. Where is it now?
Oh, good question.
If it's at 50 now, I don't think it makes 200. It's at 59.
The 59.
Yeah, I don't think it makes 200. That's worldwide.
$43 domestic.
Yeah, I don't think it makes. No.
Yeah.
I think it makes just under 300 million. I mean, just under 300. Just under 200 million. I don't know why I said 3. Just under 200. Just under, like 175.
Damn. Which would be losing money, which would really suck. Also, I wind up watching, it was a little off topic. I wind up watching what's the other one that they did about the planet? Strange World?
Mm-hmm.
Strange World?
That wasn't that bad.
Like Strange World.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. No. You know, I don't think it deserved all the hate it was getting. But
you
I was
know
like,
why I had hate.
No, I know why I got the hate. Yeah,
come on.
But I'm not a big fan of Jake Gyllenhaal though, and his voice is so fucking annoying. You know, that was the part I hate. I'm like, oh my god, it's like fingers on a chalkboard. You know, nails on a chalkboard. Something about him, man. But yeah, I was like, I'm like, I don't get what's his. It's a good. It's a good
have
movie.
A punchable voice.
Yeah, right. I'll punch you right in your throat.
I don't mind Jake Gyllenhaal's voice. When I think punchable voices, I usually think the CinemaSins guy. But but I don't mind Jake Gyllenhaal's voice. You know, he is kind of Wish.com Tobey Maguire, but I like him.
Oh, that's funny. And then Brandon said, yeah, he's a good actor. I can't deny he's not a good actor. It's just something about him that's just like it's off-putting. Yeah, he has like crazy eyes, like, you know what I mean? Like he says like that crazy eye look where he's like at any moment he's gonna do something stupid and crazy.
Very good at playing a creeper, like in Nightcrawler, where he was just like extra creepy.
Playing too good at it. Yeah. Yeah. Brandon Davis said Zootopia had everything racism. It was a story of sexism. It was a story about being told what you can't do and doing it despite being told no. Yeah.
It was a civil rights movement.
Pretty much. You know, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, even I don't want to get too much into elementals, but I mean, right off the bat, like, you know, from the trailers, they're like, oh, elements don't mix. So like, well, there goes your segregation, you know, and then you got some immigration, you know, into it. You really don't get into any sexism. I guess, you know, segregation is racism, you know, so you do get a lot of stuff like that. But
the water were all in the high rises and then the fire had to be, you know.
Yeah, they're in the bottom with the dirt. Yep. Literally the dirt people. So, yeah.
The slums. So, you knew who the dirt people were.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Happy Juneteenth.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, because like the fire people, they made out to be more Asian. Kind of.
No, I mean, he was Irish. He was fire-ish.
Yeah, I know that the thing, but like, yeah, you know, but they definitely mixed a few things together and stuff like that. But if you're gonna watch it, Brandon, we can save it for Monday and do a double feature because I don't think any of us are gonna go see the Jennifer Lawrence movie. Me, I'm not.
I'm not. So. I'm just gonna let you know I'm not going in.
Yeah, my time's limited.
It looks hilarious.
If you do, man, you can do a solo review for sure.
Yeah, you let me know how it was too. That'd be great. I'll listen to you.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Watch it
Okay.
hard.
Watch.
I'll watch
Wow.
it. I'll watch it sprays out.
I was like, you don't have to tell us all that.
Well, it's from the trailer.
It's from the trailer.
I know. No, I know exactly what it's from. But I'm
Okay.
just saying that can have multiple meanings, guys.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're gonna watch Elementals, we can save it, which I'm cool with. Then you guys can do Blackening, because I think more people are talking about Blackening anyway right now than they are with Elementals.
We can do Blackening real quick. Let's do that real quick, and then that'll be it.
Okay. We do have some trailers if you want to watch. Dumb Money just came out, and I think that's the one they're all talking about.
You know, I'm never against trailers.
You know, it's based on a true story about Wall Street getting rich by the whole GameStop stonk thing.
Ah, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so Paul Dano is in it. So, but wait, what do you say? I saw Tank cut out, and we had a special Juneteenth review just with the black folks in here.
Let's do it.
You kick me out.
He can stay though. He's a moderator. He can stay.
Yeah.
We'll allow it.
Okay. Brandon says you're going to get off Cinema Sins. I'll get off Cinema Sins when you get off Blue Beetle.
Ooh.
Look at that. Look at that.
3 against 1, man.
Don't deny that. Can't deny it. It looks good. I need to get that, man. I need to get that for sure. I like that one. That's funny. And then Horgy real quick said, Spirited Away, both Spider-Verse movies, Princess Mononoke, WALL-E, Grave of the Firefly. Grave of the Firefly is really good. No one talks about that one. Incredibles, Ratatouille, Toy Story 3, My Neighbor Totoro, Aladdin, and Nightmare Before Christmas.
No. Lion King is the greatest movie of all time. And the fact that you don't have
Lion King's not even on there. Yeah.
You don't have it on your animated movies? The Lion King? Come on, bro.
I love
whole list is suspect without Lion King.
I mean, you have all the Studio Ghibli ones. Princess Mononoke is so awesome. I mean, me and my girlfriend watch it. She never watched Princess Mononoke, and I'm like, she's awesome. The only one I would get rid of Ratatouille. I'm not a big fan of it, and I would definitely put Lion King in there. Definitely put Lion King.
Yeah, Lion King.
After
Moana was so important to me.
Moana was good.
You know, another one of those movies that you just saw and just stuck.
Oh, well, here you said, all movies I prefer over Zootopia in terms of movies released that year. I like Moana more too. So he's just saying things that are better than Zootopia. Yeah, you know, I put all those.
He said it's top 10, and that
was top 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's fine. Lion King is fine.
What?
All right,
yeah.
guys.
Let's
go to a new topic.
Lion King is fine, and God of War, the original series. Oh man.
Let's just go to a new topic so I don't say something.
Brian.
I need Jorge. Me and him are usually right on top of each other. We're usually here. Lion King is like the ish for me, man.
You're gonna make Brian so upset. He's like, you're twisting to uncurl everything.
It's gonna like pop out. Oh man. I bring Lion King to this regular conversations all the time.
All right. Let's do this and then maybe a trailer and we'll call it a night.
All right.
Do that.
Just hit the thing. We got it.
Yeah. I'm trying to look for. I always get lost with it. All right, let's do it. All right. Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Curry, and we're Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and these two guys saw a movie. I didn't get a chance to see it yet, but we're going to talk about The Blackening.
This is what we're doing, guys. It's a takeover. It's a Blackening takeover. We're going to talk about this right now. We just had Juneteenth 3 days ago. I saw the movie on Juneteenth. It was so awesome. I'm going to do a real quick synopsis, and we'll talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly real quick. So here we go. 7 friends go away for a weekend, only to find themselves trapped in a cabin with a killer who has a vendetta. They must put their street smarts and knowledge of horror movies against the murderers to stay alive. That's basically what happens. So,
pretty much.
What's your initial thought for The Blackening? Like, how did you feel about coming out of the movie theater?
Me, I thought it delivered exactly what the trailers promised. It just a send up of a lot of horror movie tropes and how black people fit into them. So I think it really did good with that. I thought that a lot of the characters, it had a lot of kind of stereotypical character archetypes that you see in these types of movies as well, especially over the span of like the last 15 or so years. I just thought, I had a fun time watching it pretty much from beginning to end.
Okay.
Just the thought of the movie makes me laugh.
It's like
the movie itself was so silly.
It was.
As I said, I was in the movie theater and people were laughing or talking about stuff, and that made it even more of an enjoyable experience for me. You walk into this movie, you know what the hell you're getting. Mm-hmm. So like, it shouldn't be like, oh, what was that? No, it was awesomeness with that. But it's not like it wasn't any more than what you thought it was going to be. So that's why I say like it's not smarter or anything like that. It just was a lot of tropes thrown in there. The names were hilarious. So you're going into the movie thinking like, that you're going to have your main character is going to matter, right? Just like they do in most horror movies. And then the main character dies in like the first 2 minutes. And that's exactly what they do. You think about Jay Farrow is probably the most well-known person in the entire movie. Guess what? Jay Farrow lasted like 12 minutes. If that. So, I thought that was interesting. But overall, I enjoyed it. But B, what do you see were the goods for this movie?
I liked the setting. I liked I really liked the acting. I liked, just this kind of, it really had like the, kind of motley crew of stereotypical characters, the tough guy, the meathead, the sassy gay guy, the, kind of like the heavy set, kind of loud, sassy woman, the what's another one? The
African dude. There's always an African dude in every group.
The stereotypical dweeb, the exaggerated dweeb archetype.
The mixed girl. There's always a mixed girl.
There's always one mixed girl. That's the word I was searching for. So yeah, I liked that. I liked how they kind of went with the whole. The killer in the mass killer kind of character. What's the one guy who played the sheriff, Dietrich Bader?
The Bader,
who's in a lot of comedies and stuff like that. It was good to see him. I didn't even realize he was in it. I like the tone of the movie was just a lot of fun. It didn't take itself too seriously. It knew what it was.
Okay.
Which I really liked, and I appreciated that.
I think I talked about the stuff that I like, the good parts of it. I love movies that have a cast that are all one race or one culture, and shows different versions of that same culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's all the same. So you had, as you said, you had African guy, you had the dweeb, you had the gay guy, you had a guy who was thought to be really cool, the extra ultra violent person, the loud one, the one who doesn't seem to fit. Like, you had all those, the cool person that really works out, the person that's always saving everybody. All those things. You have different type of people. So I did enjoy that. But I will say this. I don't think I laughed out loud a lot. I laughed like, yeah, you know, but I don't think I laughed out loud, and that's what I think was missing for me. But yeah, so what bads do you have, Brandon?
I think at times there were parts, and especially with some of the character archetypes, there were points that kind of dragged, where they kind of drew out some of the jokes and that sort of thing. I think that's kind of where they kind of messed up for me here and there. Some of the jokes were kind of overstate their welcome. You know, kind of like how, you know, it kind of reminded me of Family Guy and how they draw out a lot of their jokes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes they just didn't know when to stop with certain stuff. I think that was my main thing. I'm trying to think of something else. I think that for all the character archetypes and cliche characters they had, Clifton, the dweeb character, even by this movie's standards, was a little too over the top at times. You know, his dweebiness was funny at times. Other times they just kind of went a little too overboard with it, I thought, even by the standards of this movie. So I'd say those are like the main things that come to mind.
I think that some of the tropes were too much. You know, too many tropes. Sometimes and know why you're playing off of them, because it's a movie about tropes about black people dying first, and they're all scary movies. So I mean, obviously you're gonna have the tropes for it. That board game bothered the hell out of me.
Really?
Like, it really did. Like, I just did not like the look of it. I didn't like seeing that in the movie theater. But you know, I didn't like the inconsistency. I didn't understand why, if you had a gun, why wouldn't you have the gun immediately? Like, there's so many things that I had a lot of questions about. But more than anything, I didn't laugh out loud like I thought I was. Mm-hmm. And that's really my only thing, you know. Everything else was fine. You know, the story was fine. I understood having these bad guys not really be the main bad guy. I saw that coming. Them voting Clifton off the island, basically. I saw that happening. But, you know, the only thing that I really had a problem with was, you know, I guess the tropes and not being laugh out loud funny. Especially because that's what it was. It's a comedy, a horror movie comedy. So, all right. I guess that's where we are right now. Is there anything else you want to say about it before we get to our rating?
That's pretty much it for me. I had fun watching it.
So real quick, I was
gonna say, Tank, you want to jump in real quick?
Well, I know I got a question. So I know you say you didn't laugh out loud. Was there people in your theaters, either of you in your theaters, that were kind of like laughing, or was it just like a little chuckle here and there from other audience members?
My theater was getting laughs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard a lot of ha.
Yeah.
Like, man, that's so stupid. But smiling the whole time, like most of the time, people were smiling. It was very funny. It just wasn't like I'm dying laughing funny for something that's a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, because this is a comedy. It was also like a spoofy parody thing.
Yeah,
too,
but it wasn't really scary. It wasn't really scary.
Yeah. Well, okay. You want me to set it up?
Yeah. So I mean, usually here, guys, we rate movies certain type of ways. We have now. That means you need to drop everything what you're doing and watch it right now. Go enjoy it in the movie theaters. You want to enjoy it with other people around you. You got later. We're gonna wait till streaming service puts it out there. We're gonna see it when we are folding clothes or whatever. We're cooking dinner. You can watch it then. Or then we have never. We literally don't want it on a TV screen ever. If you saw someone else watching it on a TV screen, you will break their TV just so they avoid watching it. Those are our 3 levels. Brandman, where do you have the blackening?
As fun as I had with this, the only reason I would have to give it a later is because of the time of year that it came out. First and foremost, good call putting this out on Juneteenth holiday.
Good call,
on
exactly.
Juneteenth weekend. That was great. That was great. So for that, fellow Black folks, I'm inclined to say now. But like just for general audiences, I have to say later because it's come out like in the midst of a bunch of other things, like summer blockbuster season, really kind of easy to get lost in the shuffle. It's nothing you really have to rush out and see, to be completely honest, but it's still a fun time, but it's a fun time you don't necessarily have to rush out for. But it is pretty funny if you want to go see it in the theater. Just the thought of it makes me laugh.
I got you. Oh yeah, I am probably right where Brandon is. I mean, it was cool for me to see when I saw it, but I'm pretty much giving it a later. As I said, it was funny. I enjoyed my time doing it. I understand why it did so well at the Toronto International Film Festival. I mean, this movie really came out in 2022. It's really off a skit. So like and all the skit, everything makes perfect sense. But it's not like this. I mean, they're celebrating Juneteenth in the movie. Bringing it out on Juneteenth is great, but I think this will do better at the barbecue, especially if I'm watching it with other Black people that I know, and we're all watching it together. I think it'll do really well. But yeah, for those reasons, I give it a later more than anything. So,
okay. Getting some of the comments.
Yep. So, what we got right now? We got Brandon say at the end, he should have put a usual suspects and straightened up his face, and that would be real dope. Like I was playing you guys the entire time, Clifton. Like, yeah, that would be very cool. I would have enjoyed that. Like I was joking with you guys. I was this much. This guy. No, I'm actually very, cool, and I was playing you guys the whole time, and I'm going to kill all of you. Now, I wish you almost would have won. That would have been very cool.
Yeah.
Brady also said the gay guy was over the top. They ignored the biggest heroes trope of all. The couple that had sex survived.
The horror trope.
A horror trope, yeah. Horror trope, yeah. The couple that had sex survived. If they did, hey, I'm all for it. More sex, good.
That's something else.
Oh, that's something. Okay, my bad. Sorry, but no, I mean those. It's interesting. It's thought provoking. I think. What you got?
No, the last one that Horror Geek brought up.
Oh, okay.
But the sex and horror thing.
The couples dying after having sex is more like 80s, 90s trope because parents were scared of sexual deviance.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they had all type of stuff in this movie. They had drugs, alcohol, sex, guns. It was all there. Police violence.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
They had it all. Not trusting people. And then even at the end of the movie, shocker, did you think they called the police after all that stuff went down? Yeah, right.
Was like, take notes, Jonathan Majors.
It's like just don't call the police, man. What you talking about? Yeah. Like, should we call them? One guy got shot twice and still decided not to call the police. So this would somehow be my fault. No, I'm not doing it. But yeah.
Well, Brandon Davis said that he wasn't a fan, so he didn't like the movie.
I could understand.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. It was okay. So I do want to talk about what we got Rotten Tomatoes. So right now, Rotten Tomatoes, Tomato Meter, 101 reviews. Tomato Meter gives it an 87. And the audience, over 500 plus verified ratings, gave it an 85. What do you think about that?
Higher than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm complaining.
Hey, Movie Insider gives it a 5 out of 5.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. IMDb only gives it 6.5 out of 10 though.
I thought critics were going to be harsher on it, but I'm not even mad.
Hey.
I'm pretty happy about that.
90% of Google users like the movie, so it's kind of up there with Flamin Hot. We're exactly what we said about Flamin Hot. This is that same type of thing. And the we're talking about box office. This movie that has already been released in 2022 is now made $8.65 million, which is fine because the budget for the movie is $5 million.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So $5 million budget, and your star character being killed in like the first 12 minutes. All those things happen, and this movie is probably going to make somewhere around $12 million, $13 million, and that's when you're doubling your actual budget, that works. So,
Not bad.
Let's say what Brandon said. Those are the people that only go to church on Easter Sunday. And then Brandon says, "I will stand on that hill. It was not that great. It was not great." I don't think any of us you're saying great, but it was fun. It was fun.
I had a fun time watching it. It kept me entertained.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that is our overall review for The Blackening. We both gave it laters, but we all both enjoyed the movie. Say there's something in the theater that you might want to watch, but later, if you're around other people, it'll be fun to watch that type of atmosphere too. But this is where we are at for this one. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, so we are asking you guys to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell notification because we go live Mondays and Thursdays all the time, talking about all these movies and kind of do trailers and talking about now TV shows because finally we got Secret Invasion. But thank you guys for listening to our little review, and let me know what you guys are thinking. I love to read these things. Tank loves to read these things. Brandon loves to talk about these things all the time. So let us know what you guys thought about The Blackening. So that's all we got for this one. Yeah, you like to read them
too.
You like to fight with them too. So,
calling me out like that.
Tell us what you guys think. We will see you guys later. On to our next topic for the night. Thanks for letting us do this one. Awesome.
Cool.
All right.
Well, then we saw that one. Well, that came in right as you were doing your outro. I don't want to show it in there, but yeah, horror movies are cheap to make and typically very profitable. Yeah, because they're so cheap and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You didn't need a lot with this movie. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, really, obviously gives you superpowers. You actually are able to do karate. You're able to jump out of trees without hurting anyone. You could get shot in the same bullet or hole in your shoulder twice and not bleed out. Those are all things that they provide you. So, I mean, cool. I guess that's how it works.
Yeah. Well, like you said, Get Out was one of the top 10 most profitable films the year it came out, just because of the legs and the budget.
No, I knew about Jordan Peele's movie Get Out for a long time, and I was excited by that coming out.
Yeah,
so Jordan, they were talking about that for a while.
Yeah, I remember them announcing it way back at the beginning of like late 2015, early 2016 that Jordan Peele was doing a horror movie, and I'm like, huh, interesting. And then I didn't hear a whole lot about it for a couple of months, and then the trailer came out, and I'm like, huh, that looks out there. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
I was scared shitless. I was like, oh my God. I could see this being me. Oh no. That worry and then the smile. They had me at hello.
Yeah. That was such a good scary movie. But it wasn't scary like I'm gonna jump out and scare you more.
No,
psychological.
It's like that. Yeah, that cerebral type horror. And now I think they announced he has another movie coming out in Christmas 2024, I think.
Yeah.
They said is the next one dated. So I'm always curious to see what he has coming out. I loved Get Out. I wasn't too big on Us. but I love Nope.
Nope.
I love Nope. I thought Nope was great. People hate the ending. I didn't mind it.
I liked it.
I gotta run real quick. Got baby issues going on upstairs.
I think we all have to run, so we're actually going to cut this a little bit shorter than usual.
Yeah.
We usually do a couple of trailers, but not tonight. So I'm gonna get to thanking Horror Geek and Brandon for being in the comments, and definitely Drew being there too. Xavier from earlier, and MJ. I saw you jumping on, and Jimmy and Toxic Gamer. So appreciate all you guys coming in and commenting and being part of the show. But I guess this is all we have tonight. We are on our way to 950, on our way to 1,000. As soon as the 950 comes out, we can have released our 950 video. I cannot wait, guys. So please tell your friends. Let's get it going so we can release the video so we can know where our second prize will be. And then we'll, at 1,000, we will give you the grand prize stuff going out. So, yeah.
Good. That'd be good.
Thanks for everyone coming in. Thanks for Brandman and Tank. From me, I appreciate you guys. And I think we're going to just jump out of here. So,
yep. See you guys Monday.